And I'm live. What is up, everyone? And welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 189. I'm your host, James. And it's me for now, waiting for our other two to join, but I'll get the party started on my own for now. So before I dive in, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch if you're over there. And yeah, so let me go ahead and get started with some of the smaller news. I guess while we'll wait for everybody to join. I'm going to go ahead and start with happy anniversary Super Nintendo. The SNES in North America is 35 years old, which is crazy to think about it because it feels like just yesterday I was playing the Super Nintendo. Not sure if everybody else is the same way, but when it comes to just like nostalgia, definitely Super Nintendo ranks up high when it comes to that. But not only that, when it comes to like the peak of gaming, I think a lot of people would argue that Super Nintendo could have been the peak of gaming, specifically on the software side of things. There are a lot of timeless classics that came out on the Super Nintendo. And when you really look at it, if you to put it into perspective, a lot of things, a lot of games, they just still hold up till today. And I feel like no other generation has that like Super Nintendo does. So to give you a great example, such as what's on the thumbnail, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger released on the Super Nintendo, and it's literally a timeless classic, no pun intended. But it's one of those games that just basically it just hits on all corners. Amazing story, amazing gameplay, amazing graphics. The pixel art literally is second to none. I know the Geek Show likes to go ahead and say like, Chrono Trigger does not need a remake. And I would agree. Like the pixel art in Chrono Trigger is just peak. There's nothing that compares to Chrono Trigger when you really look at it. I've been playing it on the Steam Deck and just looking at it. And of course, adding a filter, there's a filter. It's called shader glass. It's pretty dope. It allows you to get that CRT filter, and it just looks great in that. It still holds up to today, and it is one of those games that really doesn't need a remake, but rather like just release it on all platforms so that everybody can play it. But Chrono Trigger is one of those games that just looks perfectly fine. Final Fantasy VI is another one. Final Fantasy VI looks great the way it is, and honestly, again, like a lot of other games, or like Chrono Trigger rather, it doesn't really need a remake. We got the Pixel remaster, and when you put them side by side, like minor touch ups that were on there. But outside of that, it really doesn't need a remake when you look at it. There's some other great games on there. Super Mario World is a great one. Again, when it comes to pixel art, I think Super Mario World looks amazing. I'm trying to think of what other games came out on the Super Nintendo at the time that looked great. Turtles in Time. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, another Super Nintendo game, looks amazing on its own. Like it really doesn't need like a remaster. We did get that on PS3, and I wasn't a fan because it was one of those games where they cut out levels, and I hate when they bring a game, they bring a remake, they bring a remaster, whatever you want to call it, and they just cut out content. Like I hate when they do that. Resident Evil 3 comes to mind when it comes to remakes that cut out a lot of content. Resident Evil 2 did cut a little bit of content, not a lot, but did cut a little bit of content. But yeah, those are the games that basically to me they stand out, and they stand the test of time. But a lot of Super Nintendo games have that. And I just think, yeah, Super Nintendo was really the peak of systems when you really look at it. It's just a timeless classic, just like the software that it has. GameCube has amazing software, PS2 has amazing software. Um, what else out there would I say? N64 has great software, PS1 has great software, but Super Nintendo, there's just something about the Super Nintendo that just holds up to today. And I would argue has probably maybe the best software lineup ever made. But yeah, Bryant, Ash, welcome. I was just discussing the anniversary to the Super Nintendo. It is now 35 years old.
Damn.
In North America, at least. It came
Yeah,
out in
true.
September in Japan. And I was just highlighting, some of the software that I feel like, stands the test of time, and how I just feel the Super Nintendo software is just one of those things that you can probably just port every Super Nintendo software or a lot of like the greatest Super Nintendo softwares, and it really doesn't need a graphics makeover or anything like that. Do you guys agree?
I agree. You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think I heard you mention that that Chrono Trigger doesn't need HDT Grammy, which
Hmm.
I 100% agree with that. I enjoy that game from beginning to end on the Steam version of it, and I feel like that the overall graphics that they did for it age like fine wine, and it probably looks even better with a CRT filter. Honestly, now I. Here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of the CRT filter. If I wanna really experience the CRT experience, I'd rather get a CRT TV with it,
Yeah.
honestly. But that's just me. But
You gotta try
yeah,
Shader
I
Glass.
try Shatter Glass.
It's free.
Y-
Download it on Steam. It's free.
does it really match up with the actual CRT experience?
From my memory, yes. I would say,
All
like, I
right.
I really like the
Okay.
way it shows things. Like, I do think it's kinda one of the best filters I've seen, because I know there's, like RetroArch, for example, gives you a lot of, like, the shaders that you can use, but Shader Glass, just having Chrono Trigger with Shader Glass, or even, like, Final Fantasy 6, I did Final Fantasy 6 with Shader Glass, and it looks amazing. So, I would recommend it. Like I said, it's free.
Okay. I'll give it a shot. And it's on Steam. You said.
Yeah. The downside is you cannot use your Steam controller when using Shader Glass.
Really? That's odd.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
That strikes me as one of those things that's, like, loaded with malware. Like,
Shader Glass?
it's
No,
like
it's not.
yeah,
It's
um,
it's just it's basically software that just allows you, it has pre-built shaders, and then of course you can import custom shaders if you wanted to. But it's really good.
I feel like it just works similar to Reshade, so it's not too weird if anything.
It's the way the interface is, and which is why I like it, is it's basically like glass, right? So like the window itself is
Yeah.
see-through, and then you just put a game behind it, and it does the filtering for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, or you can just go ahead and like click on what game do you want to, or what like window do you want to use shader glass with. So in this case, you would just put the game, and then it kind of mirrors the game into that window with the filter on. That's another way to use it.
Yeah. Pretty
Mhm.
much.
But yeah, before I guess we move on to some of the bigger topics, is there a Super
were
Nintendo
you talking
game
about
that,
Super Nintendo?
yeah, the anniversary. Yep.
So, like, you want me to make, like, a statement about Super Nintendo?
Sure. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, what are some games that really stick out to you, outside of Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 6? Because those are usually the two favorite. Is there any Super Nintendo games that stick out to you, or any Super Nintendo memories that you have?
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, the first time I ever played Super Nintendo, my mom was the manager of, a clothing store in our mall, The Limited. And I used to go there and, like, go into because she was, like, the store manager, and I used to go in the racks. You know, like, old department stores, they had those, like, circular racks of clothes, you could,
Yeah.
like, go in the middle of it or whatever. I used to do that.
Yep. Yep.
Hide.
Um, and, eventually when, I was getting to be too much trouble, my mom would have members of her staff, like, take me through, like, a walk in the mall or whatever, or until I found out about Software Etc. She had me go into the game store, like, I wanted to go to the video game store because until that point, the only gaming experience I had was at my grandma's house who had an NES. And, one time when I went to Software Etc., they had a Super Nintendo set up, and, like, it was like an awakening. It was, like, the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. They had Super Mario World on there, and I just remember playing it, and it's pretty, I probably was no more than 5 years old seeing that for the first time, and just the colors and the graphics and how everything moved, and Yoshi, like, of course, as a kid, like, dinosaurs, you kidding me? Like, I loved Yoshi, obviously. Yeah, and then that Christmas, I want to say I was probably 5 years old. It was probably 1992. I got my Super Nintendo, and I got it with I think it was F Zero, Paperboy 2, and I want to say the year after that I got Mario Paint. And I just and I think I got Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past too that year. So it's like, the holy grail. I mean, Paperboy 2 is whatever, but Super Mario and my dad played Paperboy 2 for some reason more
Mhm.
than I did, but and F-Zero to an extent, but I had I had Super Mario World, and I had Link to the Past, and I mean, what do you really need on Super Nintendo besides, like Chrono Trigger or whatever, what we were talking about? I got that system. I set it up. Very fond memories of having it set up in my living room in our little entertainment center that had the things that came down. I like rest the Super Nintendo on it, and I'd have to like ask to use the TV because that was back in the day when a house had like one or two TVs max, and if you use that TV, then that means that your mom can't watch whatever,
Yeah.
or dad or
Mhm.
whatever. And then, eventually I got games like Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and the neighborhood kids would come over and we played through the entire game and we beat it for the first time. And I called my mom at work and told her that we beat it and beat like Mario World. And she took pictures when she was home when we did it one time. And just really innocent, nice children stuff that definitely makes you harken back to the old days before software updates and
Mhm.
um, all that kind of stuff, and it was just much simpler VCRs and stuff. I mean, VHSs kind of sucked, like we can be honest about that, but
The
just
rewinding.
that kind of yeah, rewinding sucked, and like like there's tracking. You have to like mess with the remote and put the tracking on to clear up the video, and they were noisy, and they could get the VHSs could get could get eaten up and all that stuff. So there was negatives back in the day, but it was just much simpler times, and the Super Nintendo by far was the console that um, is the most emblematic of those times for me, just because it was the first game console I ever got. It really um, made it so it was really like the thing that I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's the thing that really got me into gaming. Like I love my grandma's Nintendo system as well, but when I had my own and I had my Super Nintendo, I'd Link to the Past, running around my house with like a turkey baster and like a little pot lid, pretending I'm Link and like swinging my sword and stuff like
Yep.
that. Like that's where it all kind of came. And eventually you go to Blockbuster, rent games like Street Fighter 2, and I don't think I ever owned that, but I rented it a bunch of times, and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Earth Defense Force, and then I remember, excuse me, um, and then I remember one time there was this kid when I was in fourth grade, I want to say, and he had Mega Man 7, and I
Mm.
had Mega Man X3. And we're like, dude, like, let's trade because I really want to go through Mega Man 7 because Blockbuster, it was always checked out at Blockbuster. And so we traded games and I played the hell out of Mega Man 7. I assume you played a lot of Mega Man X3. And then it got to be the point where it's like, hey, I want my Mega Man X3 game back. Like, I'll bring Mega Man 7, you bring me a Mega Man X3, and let's swap it. And like, he kept forgetting for weeks. He just like wouldn't bring the game to school to swap with me until finally I asked him for his mom's number. And my mom called his mom and was like, yo, like, give Bryant back his game. And finally, like, the next day he did. But, just stuff like that. Like, those were really good times. And you rented a bunch of stinkers too. There were a bunch of platformers. Like last week or 2 weeks ago, memory cards where I did a question about like Arrow the Acrobat. I remember playing
Mhm.
games like Joe and Mac, Dino City. Really weird games like Rise of the Robots, Flashback. Um, Trying to think of what else. Just it's quintessential. I mean, if it were up to me, I think every kid should have like a Super Nintendo in their room with a CRT TV, and just like that's where the love of gaming should come from. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
from um free to play stuff or whatever. It should be like Super Nintendo. It's just like the most organic starting point, like even more than NES, because I mean, NES has a ton of classics. I mean, Mario Brothers 3 is my top 10 of all time, but I would arguably say that some of them, they're still like usually like Nintendo ones, like Mario Brothers 2, 3. The Mega Man games are timeless. Like, there's a lot of games on NES that are still fantastic, but I would say that they really started hitting their stride in Super Nintendo, because if you go back and play the original Legend of Zelda, it's pretty archaic in that it doesn't give you a lot to go on, and some people like that. I mean, I think the closest approximation we have to that this day is like Elden Ring and stuff, where you just kind of like dropped in and said, okay,
Mhm.
go where you want, and that's how the original Zelda was. It was very obtuse. And it kind of bums me out because I'd love to go back and play the original Legend of Zelda. Like I'd kind of like that Nintendo to do a release of the original Legend of Zelda in the style of like Metroid Zero Mission, where it's still the base game, but they just kind of make it a bit more like not newcomer friendly, but a bit more quality of life stuff to make it
Yeah.
easier for somebody to kind of go through and stuff like that'd be really interesting because I that's a big blind spot with me is the original Legend of Zelda. Like I've definitely played a little bit. I beat like one dungeon maybe, but it's definitely a part that I missed, and then Zelda 2 kinda similarly, just really crushingly difficult and also very obtuse and stuff. It wasn't
Mhm.
until, like, Link's Awakening and, Link to the Past that I really started falling in love with Zelda, but yeah, those are my memories pretty much is, Super Nintendo, just 10 out of 10 console. I mean, seriously, it doesn't get much better than that in gaming.
Yeah, 100%. What about you, Ash? You got any memories? Any great
Yeah,
games that you feel like are that you should highlight?
yeah. I mean, a good amount. I would say like I actually grew up with the N64 when I was growing up, and but my mother knew of this babysitter and stuff, and I used to call her grandma all the time because she just had the look of a grandma essentially. But and then along with that, I would give her the nickname Uriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog sometimes as well. But but basically she had like all the retro consoles at the time. So she had the NES, SNES. I also believe she also had the Sega Genesis too, which that's how I was able to get access to Sonic the Hedgehog at the time as well. But with the SNES, she had Donkey Kong Country along with Super Mario World, and I think she had a TMNT game. I just didn't know which one it was at the time. And I think she also had a
Turtles in Time.
Yeah, it wasn't time. Yeah, I think she also had a Power Rangers game too, and I
Oh, that
played
game was
that.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I had a blast with that as well. So, I would say if anything, I think one of my more favorite games at the time was probably Yoshi's Island on the
Mm.
SNES because that game itself was just the despite Mario's crying, it was just the most colorful game I ever seen in my life, and the way the animations were and stuff. I thought it was like extremely memorable for me compared to all the other SNES games and stuff. So, but yeah, Yoshi's Island definitely hits for me if anything.
Yeah, Yoshi Island's an amazing game. Another game that stands the test of time. It looks gorgeous, and like you said, it is colorful. The artwork, the animation, um, great game. Geek Show was saying SNES, PS1, and Switch for you. Are you talking about like your favorite consoles? And he says Dreamcast is really underrated too, by the way. Of course, yeah. Dreamcast, I
Oh
felt
yeah, hundred
like
percent.
Tell him to
ahead of
come
its
tonight,
time.
please.
Uh, did you hear that, Geek? Come and
I
join us
tweeted
for
him, he
some
didn't
memory
respond.
cards if you can, because we need a third for
Yep.
memory cards if you can. But yeah, like you highlighted some good games. I'm gonna highlight some
Really
other
quick,
games that I yeah go ahead.
I wanna touch on Yoshi's Island just for a second because that's another one that I really should have mentioned. That
Mhm.
game deserves to have a word said about it, like Ash was saying.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The colors of that game, I can't think of a more beautiful 2D game than Yoshi's Island. I'm trying to think of one. Like it's definitely in the top 5 territory. Like just it's so beautiful. The colors,
Mhm.
the enemy designs, the environments. It looks like it's come like out of a dream. Really, it's incredible what they accomplished on that system, and it definitely deserves a good word or two.
100%.
Yeah, no, that definitely. And the soundtrack too is amazing on Yoshi's Island.
Oh
Like
heck yeah!
Oh yeah,
timeless
100%.
soundtrack.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. Geek Show response said, LAB, LAB. I'm not sure what do you mean by LAB, y'all, but I can hold down the front in the chat. Um, not.
I have a category on there he'd love too that you're gonna like too, James,
Oh man, I can't wait for that.
and
Uh,
actually Ash too. Now that I think about it,
yeah, Ash's
you'll
RPG
see.
master also. He should
Yep.
be.
Yeah.
Some games I want to highlight. You mentioned Power Rangers. I had both. Well, I had the
Uh,
Power Rangers game.
wait.
Mhm.
Let me preface this. I was never a fan of Power Rangers back in the day and stuff, so I never like bothered to watch it. But
I love.
I do
I was.
understand why people like it back in the day, if that makes
Thank you.
sense. So
I was a big fan of Power or James, were you a fan of Power Rangers? I
Oh
was.
yeah, I loved it. Like I
Yeah.
was always
I had all
into
the
so
Zords, all the
yeah.
transforming Zords you put together. I had all those and everything like that. I was a spoiled only child for sure.
So my dad was always into like kung fu movies, and that's where my love of like kung fu and fighting like comes from. And Power Rangers had basically karate in it, and like I was obsessed with that. And yeah, I would buy the Megazords and everything. I had the Power Ranger characters, and I also
Who's
had
your
the
favorite
Power Rangers
Ranger?
game. It was always the Black Ranger, and then
Okay.
when Tommy got introduced to Green Ranger, that became my favorite.
What do you
But
think
I've
mine
always
was?
who do you think yours was?
Yeah.
The red
The
one?
red.
The red one? No.
Yeah,
No,
I
you'd think,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because
yeah.
the red motif I have. No, it was actually Billy the Blue Ranger. I
Oh,
liked he
wow,
was
yeah.
like, because blue is my favorite color, and I like that he was like a geek and all that
Mm,
kind of smart and all that stuff, and, he was my favorite. But
that's
that was
funny.
a good guess with the red one. Shout out to you guys.
I like the Black Ranger because of his dancing. I was like, okay, this guy is cool.
Oh, yeah.
And just like how he would like dance and fight at the same time. I was like, yeah, that's
You
cool.
ever do you know about that?
The what?
About, like, how, I think it was the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger, and I think the Yellow Ranger, I mean, she eventually passed away, the
Hmm.
lady that played the Yellow Ranger, but, um, the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger, I think those are the only 2, like, they left Power Rangers because they weren't getting enough money,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
and
Yeah.
fair to them, I mean, that and, back when I was a kid, I'd be like, "No, Power Rangers and stuff." It's like, dude, they were probably getting paid, like, scale
Hmm.
or
Oh,
whatever that term is, where it's, like, the bare minimum industry money, and meanwhile, Power Rangers is, like, raking in
Yeah.
probably tens of millions of dollars and stuff like
oh
that, and
yeah.
they saw
100%.
nothing. And I
Mhm.
mean, fair, like, all they were doing was just the Angel Grove parts because as we know, all the fighting and all the Zords and stuff, that's all based on that Japanese show.
Yep.
What's it called? Something Warriors? I forget what it's called.
Super
I thought it
Sentai.
was like yeah, Super
Super
Sentai.
Sentai. Yeah, that's
That
it.
was
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically the original thing, which
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch as
Yeah.
well because I'm like
Um,
curious on like what stuff shonen animes grabbed from Super Sentai essentially.
Yeah.
So
so, they were just doing the soap opera parts, like easily the easiest part. I mean, maybe they had to do like some gymnastics or some things that took a
They had to
little
do
bit
the
of
fighting too.
physicality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by and large, it was mostly the Japanese, show, but at the same time, it's like, dude, they're like to American audiences, they're the Power Rangers, like, American audiences didn't know that was I mean, like, some knew that wasn't them in the but I
Yeah.
didn't know that wasn't them in the costumes.
I
I was like,
didn't know
That's
until
Zach, that's Billy, that's all of them, you know?
my dad had brought it up actually because he him being also into cars really big, he knew like a lot of stuff about Japan. And I never forget like watching, I think it was Power Rangers Turbo, and he saw a scene. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, that's Japan. I was like, no, it's not. They're in California because that's where Angel Grove is. He goes, no, that's Japan. And then he shows the scene. He's like, look, those are Japanese people there. And I was like, oh. And then I started noticing. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like it does kind of like change. Like a lot of things change. Um,
that's
but
funny.
but yeah, that was one of those things that like yeah, a lot of people did not know that. There was a podcast with him and the Red Ranger. The Black Ranger and the Red Ranger, where they talked about the original Yellow Ranger had told them not to do it because she left because she wasn't going to get paid the right amount and the contract just seemed iffy. But
What Ranger?
the original Yellow Ranger, so not the one who
Before
played
Trini?
before Trini, there was a Yellow
Okay.
Ranger. And she's not in the show at all, but she was the original cast of the Yellow Ranger. And when she read through the contract and everything, she's like, no. And they have a picture of her too. Like they showed a picture of like who the original cast was supposed to be without before Trini. And they talked about like she was smart and she was like, no, this doesn't match up. So they left. And they were all young, so they weren't, and this is like first time like acting and stuff like that. So they weren't like kind of aware, but she apparently already had knew about some of this and she had got out before that. Um but
Something,
yeah, like
I never know oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say something I never noticed until it came to my attention recently is that the Pink Ranger, Kimberly or whatever, in the fighting scenes of the show, like the Japanese part, like
Hmm.
the Pink Ranger is obviously a girl, like it shows like her boobs or whatever,
Hmm.
but the Yellow Ranger is just like I'm pretty sure the Yellow Ranger is like a normal, like a man looking
Hmm.
outfit, like there's no shape of a female or whatever, and it's obvious that I think the Yellow Ranger might have been like a male in Japan, the original one. I'm not sure. I thought I read that somewhere,
I
but
don't I don't
yeah, I don't know.
remember
Anyway,
that. I mean, that could be true.
I'm gonna
I
look it
don't
up.
remember. Yeah. Because usually,
I
I want to
do.
say that was probably it. Because I think usually it was usually like one female and the rest were male for the most part.
I
Uh,
think one clip I can remember from Power Rangers. I don't know. I don't remember which
Yeah, it
scene
was a
this
male.
was.
Yep,
oh,
I looked it up.
Yeah. one clip I remembered was, and I thought to me was funny because this randomly showed up as I was like minding my own business in the house and stuff. But it was basically a villain that was just roasting the entire cast, and they just get blew back. I don't know which villain that was, but that was so funny. I was just. It's just like when he was throwing the insults at them, it actually did damage to them, and I thought that concept was really funny to me. I don't know if you guys remember who I'm talking about, but
No, that I don't remember.
if
Uh,
when I find it, I'll send it to you. I think you guys remember it,
yeah.
so it was great.
Also,
Geek.
Kimberly had a skirt. Anyway,
Yeah. See,
or
that's
Pink
true.
Ranger had a
You're
skirt.
right. Pink Ranger had
Yeah.
a yeah, you're correct. Geek says they weren't gonna get anything really for the movie either. He said the other three were supposed to stand with them, but they end up staying. Yeah, you're right. They did end up staying because they thought they were all
Ivan
supposed to go out
Ooze.
together. And then hey, Professor Rock, welcome to the stream. He says yellow was male. Yeah, so you can. He
Yep.
also said that was male. But
How do we
going
feel
back.
about the colors of the Rangers? Like how the Black Ranger was black, and how, like
I
how
Part
do
mean,
we?
of so
I
part of
mean,
that.
obviously it is a play on that, but like
Yeah,
it's just they didn't have to do
Do you
that.
think so? Like I feel like
So
I don't
and
know.
the
Like
Yellow
I of course I
Ranger,
was
and
not there.
right?
I just wonder if
I
it was
mean,
coincidence.
I
Yeah,
listen.
Cause like,
The original Yellow Ranger was male, and they literally went like, "Come on, they didn't have to
but
do that."
remember, like
I'm
I
just
told you,
saying.
there was another Yellow Ranger before that. It was a female playing the Yellow Ranger, and she left before Trini got casted. And
wonder
that's
if it was
kind
an
of one of those
Asian
things.
Yellow Ranger.
It was
You
no.
know?
This actually the original Yellow Ranger
Okay,
was not Asian. It was she was white.
okay, okay.
Um, yeah. See, hey, Professor Rock, thank you for the $10 membership. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Professor Rock.
He
For our new
says
Power Rangers podcast, everybody.
yep. He says, oh, and it's funny, it highlights in yellow. I don't know if he chose the color, but highlighted in yellow. It says, I'd
What
love
a
to hear your
coincidence.
thoughts on this. If we're technically buying a license and don't actually own our digital
Oh
games,
God.
why are we paying ownership prices? Hey, 100% agree with you on that. Like that, this is a huge thing, and we've talked about it. And we're gonna go ahead and dive into that before we continue to ending the Super
Power Rangers
Nintendo
discussion.
topic. Because yeah, he gave us a ten
He
dollars. We
donated.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no,
Yes,
absolutely. He can absolutely stop us in our tracks for a donation like that, 100%.
Hey,
That's
exactly.
legit.
look,
Um,
Professor Rock, to give you advice, if you when it comes to
Don't
that
donate to
question,
us.
no, no,
Just kidding.
no. When it comes to that question, the best way to combat that is to buy on a huge discount or on a sale. That's why Steam exists, along with other storefronts, if anything. When it comes to physical games, I don't
Oh,
mind paying the ownership price because I'm going to actually own it. You know, so that's my whole spiel on that. But you take it away, James.
yeah, it goes down, and I think he's referencing what Sony has been doing. They're sending out a email to a lot of people reminding them the terms of service when it comes to PlayStation. And in there, it does say like you do not own the license to your games there. And like I do agree, like it's kind of weird because I remember the argument back in the days for digital format, and this was like Microsoft giving this argument. I don't know if PlayStation was giving the same argument that time, but I know they were pushing that, hey, if we went digital, game prices would be cheaper. Because they could sell it at cheaper. But then digital storefronts came, and we really never saw the prices go cheap. Now, that being said, a lot of people like to argue, well, on Steam you can buy it cheap. That's really when they do sales, because when it first comes out, it is more expensive unless you buy from places like Green Man Gaming, which they're constantly like what 20% off usually. So usually you can save about $10 or so here, give or take. Or Fanatical is another one where you can get it at like those places you can kind of get it, but like honestly like when it comes to all of that stuff, like i I don't know, like I'm looking at Nintendo's president of America is now the old president of Europe. They changed the pricing structure where it's 10 and it depends on how you look at it, right? It's possibly $10 more physical, or is it $10 less digital, right? Which one are we actually saving on? But the concept of that, I think that's really where it should be. It is like, hey, if I am buying digital, it should be cheaper than if I'm buying physical because you are saving money on logistics, on hardware, on like cartridges or discs, whatever the case might be, packaging, all that stuff. So yeah, like I don't agree in paying full price for digital products. I think it should be cheaper. than physical. That being said, like, are these companies gonna care? No. But
Oh,
Ash, Bryant, what is your guys' thoughts on that? Like, I don't think we should be paying, that to kind of like end this. Like, I don't think we should be paying $70 or $80 for a game that's digital if it's the same physical. I think we should be paying a little bit cheaper digital. Go
I
ahead,
mean,
Bryant Ash.
I said it before, and I'm not going to say it again. But the thing is that people need to vote for their wallets on the pricing at the end of the day. That I think that's like the only way if companies are going to change their tune is that if they actually lower the prices from like 70 to 60 or 60 to 50 or something like that. You know, that's all it takes at this point. So, but yeah,
Um, so I'm liking what Nintendo is doing, like with Splatoon Raiders and Star Fox, where the MSRP was higher for the physical version. I think that makes sense. And then like they did a discount for digital. I think that should be across the board, like not just Nintendo. Everything you buy that's available physically should have automatically have like a $10 discount attached to it. Like I think that is doing right by your customers, and it makes sense from a logistical standpoint because you're not, again, like James was saying, you're not paying for the packaging, for the shipping, um, uh, for the actual discs or carts themselves or whatever. So that's I think that should be safe, but to push down the consumer. But obviously, all the corporations they want all that sweet profit, and they'll take every last dime that they can, and the customers will probably buy anyway. So from a strictly like idealistic standpoint, I definitely agree that the $10 discount should exist, but it's corporations are corporations and all the rest. But the one thing that I really think is necessary to talk about though is this whole thing about like licenses and owning games and stuff.
Hmm.
While I mean, from I want to say like a moral standpoint, but just from a realistic standpoint, I guess one could say, um, yes, you don't own your games, you own the licenses, but there's lots of things that you own that are licenses, like your computer, like the operating system on it is a license technically.
Yeah,
Um, there are lots of things that have license. I mean, not every. I don't know if Linux is a license or if that's something
not
that's
really.
it's
like
a it's
It's
a
open
it's
source,
a
so it's kind of
open
it's
like,
a
source, right?
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess that wouldn't count, but
It's under the GNU license technically. So, but
okay.
yeah,
So like I just think that people freaking out. I mean, because Steam has that same language. When you buy a game at the end of
Yeah.
checkout in Steam, it says, you're buying a license or whatever. And I have all the same Steam games I've had in my library now for, 20 years or whatever the case may be.
But
And
does I wonder, I mean, this might be homework for you, Brian. I wonder, does GOG say the same thing? Because GOG technically, I think they say you own it, and if it does go away, like, because you can literally just download it and store it away,
it's
GOG
somewhere.
says specifically that you like own that, or like they
Okay.
at like a preservation standpoint, like you own it. Like they do say that, I think.
I
Okay.
say it's a yes. I say it's a yes and no type of deal, and the reason why I say that is because once you download it to your system, you can back it up to like any hard drive that you want and play it on any system that you want. But
With GOG, right?
the
You're
only
saying?
yeah
Yeah.
with GOG. But the thing is, the only way for you to download the game is go to the GOG website and essentially download it. The
Hmm.
thing is, that source could possibly be revoked eventually, if anything. So I'm feeling that it's a yes and no as long as you have already a copy backed up in within your
Yeah.
hard drive or something like that, if anything. So
Okay. All right.
yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off, Brian. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, that's okay. It's just I really don't think Professor Rock we need to get freaked out or bogged down with the licensing thing. Like, yes, in an ideal world, everything that you buy digitally you own. Like that's my ideal world, that everything that you buy has the exact same agency as if you bought it physically as you bought it digitally. And that would be the ideal world. But the problem is we live in what we live in. The laws are what they are. Everything is the way it is right now. Maybe one day, because like I listened to Sacred Symbols last stand, Colin Moriarty and stuff like that, and he talks about he went to like a congressman's. I didn't get more substance of what the like how the visit went or what he specifically addressed, but one of the things he addressed was the fact that like if you're locked out of your account, like you just lose thousands of dollars worth of stuff that you bought digitally, or if Sony just decides to turn the
Hmm.
lights off, you lose all of this stuff that you bought digitally. Like all the kind of hangups that get typically brought up when when one is talking about digital rights and stuff like that, and how because the landscape has shifted so much since 2000, where you just go to the Walmart and you buy a DVD and that's it. The laws haven't changed at all to protect consumers for stuff they buy digitally. And so I
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised if in the next 10 years maybe there is more work that's done to try to protect consumers of their digital purchases, just because it's so ubiquitous now. But realistically, I don't think there's much to be worried about, because it is beneficial to Sony to keep their store open, because I'm pretty sure PlayStation is the most valuable part of Sony's brand now. They don't sell TVs anymore because they license that to TCL. I don't think they make computers anymore. I don't know if they make, like, maybe they make cameras. I don't know. They don't make. I don't think they make Blu-rays, I guess, but those are going away. So easily, Sony is just becoming PlayStation at this point. So if they want to exist as a business, they want to keep you as a consumer. If they just start ripping people's licenses away, like, just shut out the lights, it's over, and then we have much bigger things to worry about if a major company like Sony goes under. Same thing with Microsoft, but I don't think Microsoft's their bread is buttered from Xbox. I'd say Xbox probably loses them money. I'm pretty sure their bread is buttered from what's it called? Azure? Is that what their cloud is called? Azure?
Azure,
Azure,
yeah,
Azure,
Azure?
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, Azure.
that's what they get their money from. Azure, from their services, from Windows, all that stuff. That's where they get all their money from. And
Well, I
so
mean,
again,
Sony
Mhm.
Sony has they're big in the movie industry, like the film industry.
yeah, that's true. They have movies too, but I would say that almost PlayStation kind of, or the movies kind of feed PlayStation,
Mhm.
and and PlayStation kind of feeds the movie. Like, it's kind of like a dual
Yeah.
relationship, just because you have Spider-Man games, you have Spider-Man movies, you got the Wolverine thing now. Like,
Mhm.
they kind of have Uncharted, they have Until Dawn. Like, they have all these games that kind of are tied in. And I mean, Sony exists as a movie studio outside of gaming, but yeah, you're right. That's a fair point. Like, they do have movies, but beyond that, though,
Cameras and
beyond,
stuff like that,
well, I
yeah.
said cameras, but I mean, people
Oh,
really
sorry, I didn't
buying
hear that.
that stuff that much
They
anymore?
are
I think
actually
so.
a
Yeah, I think
lot,
so. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't know,
Sony's
but
big
is
for
Sony the
cameras.
brand people go to? I thought it's like Nikon and stuff like that, or
No,
Nikon.
Sony's on top, with Canon being second,
Yeah.
Nikon is, like,
Or the
3rd.
Nikon? I thought Nikon was the
Mhm.
best one.
No,
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Sony's on top. Mhm.
I always thought it was
Okay,
Sony.
I
They
still
also own
maintain,
anime too, technically, if anything, since they
yeah,
own
I mean,
Crunchyroll
True,
too.
I
true.
kinda throw that into the film thing, but at the same time, though, I very much am firm and pretty sure that the camera business isn't what it was 15, 20 years ago. Like, I'm not saying that people don't buy specialized digital cameras if you're like a photographer and you do professional work, but by and large, people just use their phones. Like, the majority of the population just use their
Mhm.
phones. It's not like back in the day where you had to buy a digital camera because there was no other game in town to do photography and video recording. So while that may be a part of their business and maybe they do well with it, but I still maintain that their two biggest things are going to be the movie industry and video games. And again, they're not going to rip away PlayStation anytime soon, because they makes the money. They do well with it. I mean,
Yeah.
they have problems, but they want to keep the train going. And Microsoft, I think that's more of a chance of something happening to Microsoft, just because Xbox is such a drain and they've tried all these different methods to save it and they just can't find their footing to try to figure it out. Nintendo, I think, is extremely safe. I mean, they're over 100-year-old company, and they make these games for relatively cheap, and the hardware's cheap, and it doesn't take hundreds of millions of dollars of resources and hundreds of people, teams. Like, they just put out a game like Splatoon Raiders, and it's a Game of the Year nominee, pretty much. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't think we need to worry too much about licenses getting revoked and you just lose all this stuff. Not saying it's impossible, but as far as all the hand wringing and all the PlayStation, that thing that's going on, like Days of Darkness or whatever, where you don't log on to your PlayStation, I think it's kind of like the screaming last gasp of, it's fair, play on your physical, that's fine, but I mean, it's just the vast majority of folks are playing on digital, and I think that going forward, the industry is just going to kind of address that more so, and that's just the way it is.
So Professor Rock says, I vote with my wallet, but buying digital only when it's on sale. And yes, what Nintendo is doing is very good. And then he said, thanks for your time to answer, and he appreciates it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no
Uh,
problem, man.
yeah, we thank you. And I said it was a membership. I'm sorry, it was super chat, $10 super chat from Professor Rock. I gotta get the verbiage correct. I gotta say exactly what it is versus mixing things up here. I blame Meld because Meld doesn't tell you nothing. It just gives you a prompt and then that's it, and then I have to guess what it is. But yeah, that's Melt's fault.
Is
Um,
that is the
mhm.
quote unquote PlayStation Black are one of the topics, because I feel like that's laughable to me.
No, no,
No,
PlayStation
it's
is
not worth
a
talking about.
topic, but it's not worth talking about. Like, I
No.
mean, I
It's
think like
a week. Like
we've
that's
talked
gonna do
about
anything.
digital versus physical so many times,
Yeah.
and like I think like we've had good conversations between, I know Ash is big on physical, Brian, well, not opposed to physical, is big on digital, right? And I'm not saying
Yep.
like, oh, like pro digital and anti physical. No, don't get that wrong. It's just his take on it is that he likes digital, and then me, I'm kind of like in the middle. Like I do physical, but I also do digital, so like I'm a little bit of both. And I think Fan is kind of the same thing. Like he does a little bit of both, physical whenever he can, and digital whenever he can. So, we've discussed it plenty of times. Definitely take a look at some of
There's
our
nuance
previous
to it.
podcasts. Yeah, exactly. There's weird things like I almost picked up Octopath Traveler Zero physical, but I was like, you know what? Nah, like I'll wait. If I do decide to pick it up, I'll get it digital.
On
Um,
sale.
yeah, exactly. And I kind of like held back because I bought Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, and I was just kind of like, 2 was more like an impulse buy because I knew they were gonna stop printing the cartridge, and I was like, let me buy it
Mm.
physical just so I have it. And I played it, and I liked the beginning. Like Hikari's story was awesome, but then I was just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just something about Octopath Traveler. I'll try Zero eventually. Everybody says it's great. A lot of people said they didn't like 1 or 2, but they love Zero. But I don't know. We'll see. Going back and finishing off the Super Nintendo talk real quick. The Geek Show has said he met Walter at WonderCon years ago. That's pretty dope. Walter is
That's dope.
the
Who?
Black Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Walter, what's
I forgot what
um
his last name is.
Jones? Is it
I
Jones?
think it is. Yeah, Walter Jones. Yep,
Yeah.
I believe that is his name. Uh, but like ending the Super Nintendo talk real quick. Yeah, I had the Power Rangers game, and then I rented the Power Rangers the movie game. And both were
Yeah, that one
amazing
was
playing
good.
two
Oh,
players.
you like that one
Yeah,
better? Or you like that one
no,
too? Okay.
I like them both.
Okay.
The first one was I think better variety. The second one I like just because it had the White Ranger in it. Like the
Yeah,
first
didn't you
one
just
only
play
had
as
the
him
first
and
five.
that's it?
No, you played as all. I think in the Sega Genesis version you did, but in the Super Nintendo version,
Okay.
you played as all of them. You get to choose. You had it was all the movie characters, right? So you had Adam, who's Johnny Young Bosch, who we all know from like the voice of like
Everything.
Ichigo. Yeah, he's Ichigo in Bleach. He's
The
in
new
a
Broly.
lot of games as well. I don't know why I can't think of any. Dante in the Devil May Cry anime series. He's Nero into the games. Yeah, he's
He's
he's he's everywhere.
he's a
Hmm?
new Broly for Dragon Ball from here on. He's also Yu Narukami, old Yu Narukami
Yeah,
from Persona 4.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Was he? No, never mind. I thought he was in Persona 3 as well, but no, I'm thinking of Yuri Lowenthal, who was the
yeah.
main protagonist from
Yeah.
Persona 3.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, I had that. I had the Megazord fighting game, which was okay. It was fun, but as a kid, I played it a lot, but it was okay. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, I rented 3. All the Donkey Kong games were phenomenal. Super Mario All-Stars was amazing. Like they were just basically I guess you could say the original remakes, right? I can't think of a game that wasn't there, but like it was remakes of Super Mario Brothers 1, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3. And then of course we got the Lost Levels for the first
Real
time over
quick,
here. Uh-huh.
on All-Stars, did we come to a consensus that the original games look better than the 32-bit? I think that, but I forget if you guys agree or if you disagreed with that.
No, well, when it comes to Super Mario Brothers 1, I would argue, yeah, because they look kind of weird. But I like
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers 3 better on Super Nintendo or on
Okay, I like 3
All
better on
Stars.
NES. I think
Yeah,
2, I can make a case might look better on SNES, but 3 specifically, I like how 3 looks on NES way better than
yeah. I
Nintendo.
like I
Anyway,
like 3 on All Stars, and especially the music. Like the updated music also sounds a lot better. Not saying that like the other one sounds worse because it's a great soundtrack either
be
way.
careful,
But I
James.
like I like how the music sounds in All Stars more. Fun fact too, like this morning I was listening to the Super Mario, or I'm sorry, Mario Kart World, the Super
Isn't
Mario
that a great
Brothers
app?
3. It's amazing. I love the Nintendo music. But I love I think it's called the Super Mario Brothers 3 melody or something like that. And it's a melody of like all the overworld themes. Oh, such an amazing mix. Love it. Um, let's see. Professor Rock real quick says, I remember my mom going to Sears and buying us the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game for the Super Nintendo. It cost around $70 at the time. We got home, started playing, and finished the whole game in about 2 hours. We felt so bad afterwards. we were just sitting there thinking, "What did we do? We just wasted mom's money." Yeah, like, with those
What
times
game did he
when
say? I missed that.
for the Power Rangers game.
Oh, the original one, I assume?
Yeah, the original
Yeah.
one, yep. Yeah, I felt that way with, what's it called? The Force Unleashed 2, with how short that game was. Like, once I beat it, I was like, "Wow, I just wasted $60 in beating a game," and I think it took me, like, 4 hours to beat. That was pretty sad. But yeah, going on with that, I think that's it. Like, really, my Super Nintendo era, I did not play any RPGs at all when it came to the Super Nintendo. That was
Yeah,
the
me either.
PlayStation 1 for me. That's what
Yep,
introduced
me
me to
too.
RPGs.
Final Fantasy 7 for me.
Yeah, Breath of Fire 4. And like you mentioned, that was the one that was the game that got me into it. And then since then,
What was yours, Ash? Do you remember?
Which one? Wait, what happened?
Like, what year what pay attention, Ash. The game that, got you into RPGs, that was
Excuse
your, like
me. I'm trying to play Rat Game. Excuse me.
we're having a serious discussion here, sir. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Of, the
Yeah.
game that got you into RPGs.
Oh, yeah. Good question. I'm trying to think back.
James said it was Breath of Fire 4. Me, it's Final Fantasy 7 on PC specifically, actually, and then I
yeah.
just wanna know what yours was.
Now that I think about it, it was probably Paper Mario on the N64.
Okay, good
Yeah,
choice.
that
Yeah.
was,
That's a great game.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
And then from there, I went from Paper Mario 64 to Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. And then from that point, that's when I kind of like branch out to other RPGs outside of Nintendo, essentially. So
yeah, I think, I can't remember. I want to say I played Paper Mario 64 after Breath of Fire 4. I remember renting it and I fell in love with that game. It was so fun. I remember because my dad, he worked in a shop, and I'll never forget, he wanted me to spend the day with him because he was working on his car. And I was like, "But I want to play Paper Mario." We just rented it, and like I'm gonna miss a day out of it because it was, what is it, like 5 days, and you got to return it, or 3 days. I forget what it was, the time limit. And we had a small CRT TV that's like very small, probably like 13 inches or something like that, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So he allowed me to bring that into N64 with him. He let me
Nice.
set it up in the garage, and I played it literally all day. And so probably we were there all day. Like, he did not stop. And
That sounds like a great memory.
yeah,
I
it
love
is.
that.
And he would ask me for, "Hey, I need you to help me with the car." And I'll help him out in between and stuff like that. He ordered pizza for us. Yeah, it was a great memory. I played that game nonstop. That's why Paper Mario 64 was you know, has a special place in my heart. Just like Mega Man 8 has a special place in my heart. That was a little bit more sad. I was coming from Puerto Rico from visiting family, and I got really sick. And like, I was so sick in the airport that when I got home, I don't even remember the plane ride. Let's just put it that way. I remember
Oh,
being in
wow.
the airport, being sick. They ordered Domino's because our flight got delayed to come back over here. And like, I just remember waking up and listening to the boss selection theme in Mega Man 8. And my dad was like next to me playing Mega Man 8. And he's like, "Hey, oh yeah, I just rented this game. You want to play it?" And play Mega Man 8. Yeah.
Uh, how old were you when that happened,
Which one? The
you
Puerto
think?
Rico one?
When you got
The
sick?
how old was I? Maybe like 10, I want to say. No, maybe
So you
before
know
that.
cars, James? You a car guy? I didn't know that. Or is this just
My
your
dad
dad?
is. My dad's
Okay.
yeah, I know cars, but I'm not a car guy.
Not
Let's
a
put that.
gearhead.
Yeah. I just know it because of my dad. So a lot of that stuff like carried over. I like Initial D though.
You know how to drive
That's
stick, James?
I do. Yes, I do.
Good
Yeah.
man. Ash, you know how to drive stick?
nope.
No? Okay. It's fun. I like stick.
Yeah. My
Anyway,
dad taught
continue.
me as a
My
kid. He had a
my
RX-7. That was his car, an
Nice.
my
RX-7.
my dad knew how to. He had like an anniversary R32 car back in 2004. I've been asking him to teach me to drive stick, but he didn't let me because it's a really rare
Yeah, you don't
car
wanna
for
ruin the
me
clutch.
to
Yeah.
basically,
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's get on to some of the stuff real quick. I just want to go and talk about Gamescom real quick. So there's a list revealed. Originally, I was gonna ask you guys, do you want to do a live stream? But then Jeff Keighley had put out the list of games that's gonna be there, and like, I'm not sure if it's limited to these games or if there's gonna be a lot more shown. But that list shows The Witcher
We need
3,
announcements.
Songs of the Past, DLC. Right, that's a DLC thing. That he's gonna show that off in the Gamescom opening night live. Final Fantasy 7 Revelation, Gears of War E Day, Anata, which I don't remember what that is. Metro 2039, Game of Thrones War of Westeros, which I don't know. I don't even remember a Game of Thrones game.
I
You
And
know
mean,
it's
then
coming.
Warlock Dungeons and Dragons. Like honestly, the only thing of this that I would really be slightly interested in, and even then I don't care as much, is Final Fantasy VII Revelation. And what I mean by
I
I
don't wanna
don't
see
care
anymore.
is like exactly like
yeah, they already
I'ma
showed
get
like an
it.
entire thing
I've
of
seen
it.
enough.
Like, yeah, it's fine. They like we
Was it at
can
the Game
ignore
Awards where
that.
they showed it off? Or
Yes,
no,
that
it was
was
Summer Game
the last
Fest.
announcement.
Was it?
Summer Game
Game
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah.
Summer Game
Yeah,
Fest, yeah.
and I felt like it was like 20 minutes long because he was like, "Oh, we still
Yeah,
got
it was
more to
long.
show," and they kept going. Yeah, I don't
Yep.
really need to see any more when it comes to that. So I don't know. Keep an eye out. Depending on what I decide, we may or may not
When
like
is it?
do. It's on Tuesday. Tuesday at
I
2
could.
p.m.
I have off
Eastern,
on
I think.
Tuesday, so I could do it.
Yeah,
Wait, what time though?
I think it's like 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern. I gotta double
Damn.
check the time.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about
I
me,
think
man.
Well,
I'll be
James, if
working
you
on
wanna
Tuesday.
do it, if we decide to, I definitely could do it with you on Tuesday. I have no plans, so if we decide
sounds
to, I
good.
can. Sure.
Just keep an eye on the channel. Have your notifications on because if we do decide to stream it and talk about it, you'll get that notification. You'll see us talk about it there. Moving along. I do want to talk about
It's this Tuesday?
DuskBloods this Tuesday. Correct. Yep.
Okay, continue. Do you wanna talk about what?
DuskBloods. I guess it'll
Oh, I
just be
didn't
me
play it and
because
I have
I'm the
no
only one that
interest, so it'll
played
just
it.
be you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I
We
forgot to
could
sign up for the
This could be
network
what you've been
tests.
playing.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna do what we've been playing a little bit after, because there's some other stuff that I've been playing, but I'm gonna say that towards the end. But I want to quickly go through these next two topics, which should be pretty quick. To go to our last topic, and then what we've been playing, and then we'll do memory cards.
Memory cards.
But going on DustBlood, so I did test it out. I did not stream it. I know some other people. I just saw that Wolf Den, I know he was streaming it, and then he had to do copyright class from Twitch for streaming it. And I was like, yeah, I thought about that, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna risk stuff like how hard we worked for this channel. I'm not gonna risk that at all. But I did play it and I enjoyed what I played of it. I didn't know what I was getting into, and when I first saw, like, that gameplay that leaked, I was like, "Ooh, like, is this some type of, like, a arena fighter?" Like, if that's the case, I'm not feeling it at all. But finally going into playing it, I do gotta say that I like it. Like, when you first start the game, there is a story, and I believe, Miyazaki did say I think it's Miyazaki, right? It's the FromSoft guy?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say that there will be a story to the game, which there's a story. Like it feels like any other Souls like game. There's a whole story. There's a lot of talking. You don't know what's going on, but something is going on. And then there's like a little tutorial area where you go through and it teaches you the ropes, like every other Souls game, which is pretty neat. But then the gameplay starts, and you join a match, and I like the biggest way or the best way I can describe this game is Smash Run on 3DS, but with like Elden Ring, I guess, or Dark Souls. So what I mean by that is Smash Run, you would collect power ups, you level up your characters, and then at the end of Smash Run, you do a four-player battle at the end, right? And then whoever wins. In this case here, you're doing rounds. You have 4 rounds, and then there's a final round. And each round, you're just basically leveling up your character. So you get XP, your character levels up, you get enhancements, you can get for what they call it, but it's basically like a companion. You can summon a companion and then they're with you and they also level up alongside you as well. You can strengthen your weapons, strengthen your armor, all those type of things. There's a lot of stuff you can do to build up. You can gain like HP buffs, HP recovery buffs. There's a bunch of little like stat element buffs you can get. There's a lot going on, but it's fun. Like you don't ever feel like you're stressed out like normal Souls games. The movement is very quick, a lot of dodging. There's triple jumping, plus you can do a dash in midair. There's bosses that do spawn, and you can fight the bosses. You can team up, even though you have enemies, you can team up and fight these bosses. And you when you beat them, you get a lot of XP, which in turns levels you up and so forth. Uh, what else? The map itself is pretty big. Like, I was afraid that it was gonna be a small map, but no, it's a pretty big map, and there's a lot to discover. I did, I think, 3 or 4 rounds of this, and I did not, like, go through the whole map. there's like a bunch of other areas I could have gone to, but I never got a chance to go to. And it just was fun. I enjoyed it. The characters, and I'm not exactly sure if this is how the final game would be, but the characters, or there's different characters, they each have different classes, and they have set weapons. I'm not sure if like the set weapons that they have, that's it. Like you don't get any other weapons, but there are set weapons that they have. And it's just kind of funny seeing like a machine gun in a Souls-like game because like your left trigger was a machine gun, which is super OP. Like I use that quite a lot. There's these special abilities you have. You have like a Kamehameha type move that you can do, which is pretty dope. There's this like blood slash, a lot of blood omen type vibes where when you stagger your enemy, you can grab them and you basically like you take their blood and you recover HP. But if they're about to die and you take their blood and it's like an enemy, then that enemy will fight for you, which is kind of cool. So they become under your control. So they'll help you fight other enemies or other players. At the end, the last three standing or the last three in order, like because you have like first, second, and third place, those three will fight. So like it's a kind of elimination round. You have round one, the bottom player gets eliminated, right? Because it's 8 players that start together. The bottom player gets eliminated. Round two, the bottom player gets eliminated. Round three, and so forth until you get to round four. And it's basically just the top three. If you do duos, so there is a team mode where you have a partner with you. If you do duos, then it's just 2-on-2, which is kind of cool. And yeah, like the game is fun. I think it's fun. I think people who do get to play this game will actually enjoy it. I do gotta say though, I feel you have to like the Souls-like game, like for sure. If you don't like Souls-like games, you're not gonna like this game because through and through, it's a Souls game. It is hard. I died multiple times. Luckily enough, though, to my understanding, because I didn't see anything, there is really no negative for dying. So if you die to an enemy, you just respawn and you have to go back to wherever you were. But like you don't have to pick up any items. You just continue where you left off. You don't lose your level. You don't lose any of that stuff. It's just you lose time, I guess, which can hurt you because then you're not picking up items, you're not getting buffs or any of that stuff. But yeah, I liked it. Graphics were great. Ran 60 FPS. There were minor slowdowns in certain areas, especially when a lot of enemies. There's this one place on a bridge. There was like a ton of enemies, and that's the only time that it slowed down. But that's because you're really high elevation, so you can oversee like the castle town or whatever it was that it was underneath, plus all the enemies, plus like the forest and all that. So that kind of made it chug a little bit. But outside of that, it was a consistent 60 FPS and graphics were great. Yeah, that's DuskBloods. Um, I feel like Ash. This would have been an Ash game for sure. I think he would have enjoyed this game.
If I would have actually signed up for the network Tesla test like everyone else did, but I
You didn't sign up?
don't know. I didn't sign up. I forgot to.
Oh,
So
I had posted it that day too. I was like, don't forget to do it. Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I can't wait for the game. I'll definitely probably pick it up. This would be a fun like group stream type of game as well. I think we would all enjoy it. But yeah, that's DuskBloods. Moving on, this one's a minor, more of a minor topic, and it'll probably be pretty quick. But like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, there's already Switch 2 gameplay out there. Actually, looks pretty great. Like
Looks
I
amazing.
don't, yeah, I don't notice that big of a difference. Some people were saying like there's a huge difference. I don't see the difference. Like it looks minor. It could be YouTube compression or something, but it didn't look that big of a difference there. The open beta for Switch 2 is August 28th, which I believe is this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if you want to play it on Switch 2 and try it out, there it is. I will be downloading on Switch 2 and I'll have my thoughts next week on that. And yeah, any Ash, you got anything to say about Call of Duty on Switch 2 at all?
From the footage I seen, looks really good. I'm just like so taken aback on how actually good it looks on the Switch too. The only real criticism that I saw from other content creators is that because the Switch is only going to run at 60 FPS, there might be a disadvantage when you're doing crossplay with other players that are on like the PS5 or Xbox Series X or something like that. That's running at 120 hertz instead of 60, if anything. Now, if it's whether true or not, whether if you're on a 60 hertz monitor versus a 120 hertz monitor, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure research probably suggests that you need to get the high refresh rate to get the best response times or something like that, if anything. But that's the only criticism that I saw from other content creators is that, hey, even though the Switch 2 is at 60 FPS, you might get some disadvantages when you're facing other players on different consoles, essentially. So when you're hopping into the Switch 2, just turn off crossplay, and so that way you have an even playing field, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would turn on crossplay and I wouldn't care about that. Like,
yeah,
unless you're a
hey,
diehard,
that's
like,
what I heard from some people that
yeah,
actually play Call of Duty. But the thing is, I wouldn't care either. I'll probably just
yeah.
keep crossplay on so I can play with my friends on the go.
Yeah, I think
So
at that point, like those people, if you're in a competitive environment and you really want to be like the most competitive out there, then yeah, you're gonna get the money to buy the best rig out there, right? Which is gonna be a PC with the best specs, best everything. You're probably not playing it on Switch 2. Me
yeah,
personally, like I would be fine with Switch 2, and I think I would have fun playing it on Switch 2 regardless. Like to me, it's cool because you get to play it on the go, get to play it on whatever TV you want if you have a dock, and yeah, I think that's one of the best ways to play this game.
I
Uh,
wonder what the battery life is going to be.
Maybe a good question. I would assume the 2 hour mark because it seems like with almost every Switch 2 game that I played, I think 2 hours seems to be like the target for every game, or at least like every game
Yeah,
seems to last about 2 hours. I haven't had any game that's less than that that I can think of.
I'm gonna try to get
Uh,
that. I'm gonna try to get that the $100 Belkin Switch 2 case because it has its own built-in charging block on it that you
yeah.
can use and stuff, and it counts as a stand as well for it. So I'm trying to invest into that and see how that works, especially for my
Ye-
Japan trip coming up next month.
Yeah, I don't know about the case. Like, if I was you, I would look at the Belkin grip that has the battery pack that's attached, or do the Genki what's it called? The Genki, I think it's called the attack vector, where it's a case and it has a MagSafe spot on the back of the case so that you can buy like a MagSafe battery and charge it. Or you can buy Genki's MagSafe battery, which I think is pretty cool. Um that I would get because MagSafe is more universal, so you can technically just get any battery and it sits on the back. But yeah,
Mm.
I would like Genki has their own MagSafe battery they sell. It does, I think, 45-watt power delivery, so it can charge the Switch 2 or Steam Deck or anything like that, which is pretty
Is it
cool.
is it
Mm.
compact like the Belkin?
It
Because that's the
is.
only main reason why I was
Well,
looking at the
it's
Belkin to
a
begin
it's a
with.
case. It's not like a case like what you have, like where you put the Switch. It's a like a grip case, like that.
The only problem with that, okay, so it doesn't have like slots for me to put my games in, if anything, my physical games, I mean.
The attack vector, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the main thing with the
yeah.
Belkin part because within the Belkin itself, I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about. Is that
I know
on the
which one you're
bottom
talking
of it?
about.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there's a button for the charging thing,
Yeah,
but within the actual plug, there's a stand attached to it, and then
yeah.
right behind it, it has your typical slot where you can put your charging block along with your
Hmm.
games and everything. It's basically all in one spot. You pretty much never have to take the Switch 2 out of the case whatsoever.
Yeah,
If you really have to, essentially,
yeah.
if
I'll
anything.
show you what I'm talking about. Like, I know what you're talking about. I wasn't a fan mainly because like the way I use my Switch 2, right, is I have my case here and I like the grip that I have. Now the attack vector has like similar grips to this, but on the back it has a MagSafe spot. So you can get a MagSafe charger, just top it on here or put it on here and then plug it in at the top and it
Yeah.
charges it, right? And then, I use my TomTalk bag that I have, which is Uh, I use this right here, and this is where the switch sits in. I put it inside here, and then I have a slot in here that I 3D printed a game case. You can't see it, but there's a zipper, and then in the zipper, here's the 3D printed game case. Shout out to Fan because he had made these before I got the 3D printer, and then this is where I got all these games,
Huh.
and then I have another one here. I have a ton of games, and it's not even all of them. But yeah, I have all these games here too.
Yeah,
Um, I
it's
prefer
not
that.
bad. It's just for me like pretty much the actual this is it. Yeah, the actual Balkan's going to be like the same size as this essentially, and I want everything like small and compact like this to where I don't have to bring like a big bag like that when it comes to my
Yeah.
Switch 2. I can just slip this into my backpack and call it a day, essentially,
Mhm.
if anything. And hopefully, I don't have to. I mean, no, I will need to because I'm going to be getting more Switch games in the near
Mhm.
future. Because this here, I actually bought this from GameStop, believe it or not, and I was hoping to see if I can figure out on how to 3D model this same exact thing to
Mhm.
make me another copy because this thing is also small and is able to hold 24 games, 24 Switch games off of this.
Mhm.
So it's like pretty much compact like this, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If anything, right? And I can easily flip it into the sleeve here with no issues at
Mhm.
all, and with additional games here too, if
Yeah.
anything. And this is kind of like the same form factor as a Belkin. And they all, and like I said before, the whole goal with that is to make
Yeah.
is to have
So
everything compact and still have the charging with it.
that was my old setup, but, like, the issue I had was if I walk around, which I do, I'm not holding that in the case here. I would rather have it like this I can carry with me on my own. I don't have to do that. But I get what you're getting at too.
I mean, I just throw it in my backpack and stuff. So I never really hold it like this.
Mhm.
I just throw it in my backpack essentially. And within it, when you look at the Belkin, the it does have a charging port on it, but you can also stand it up as a stand. So
Yeah.
it's basically stays inside the case if
Yeah.
anything, and it'd be really useful for me on the plane too. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's pretty much all my whole thing with that.
Brian, did you had any thoughts on Call of Duty at all or no?
Not really. I mean, I don't see myself start. I mean, it's a cool novelty to play that game on Switch,
Mhm.
and I don't understand why. I mean, I understand the Switch was like underpowered or whatever, but they put Call of Duty on Wii U,
Mhm.
and you'd figure that they could have found a way to bring those games to Switch to begin with, and it would have had enough like people buying it to have Call of Duty on the go to make it worth the trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it took them so long to bring it back to a Nintendo console. So I think it's cool from a novelty standpoint. The people that want to have it on Switch can, and that's
Mhm.
great. But I don't own any Call of Duty games on any Nintendo platforms. I don't think, and I intend to keep it that way. I'm gonna get it probably eventually on Series X or PlayStation or whatever. But yeah, it's cool. You know, whatever.
Black
And
Ops
I'm
2 on
impressed at
Wii.
how optimized it is too.
Yeah. Black Ops 2 on Wii U was, I think, the best way to play. I remember playing
Yeah, it was
zombies
cool
with my
with the
son.
map.
Well, not even that. So, like, playing zombies with my son, we did split screen, and player one was the TV, and player two was the gamepad, and I thought that was the
Oh yeah,
coolest
there
thing
you go.
ever. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
cool.
that. I didn't know you could do like that. That's nice.
yeah, on Wii U it was there. Like Wii U, I like the Wii U. For many things, it was a great console, except the software lineup. That was the only
I
thing I
just
heard.
wish that controller, the screen, the gamepad, if it
Mhm.
was matte, oh my god, it would have totally changed how that system felt because that glossy plastic just
It
felt
made it
so
feel like,
gross to hold. A
yeah,
Fisher Price toy.
yep, it was very cheap. And the fingerprint magnet too, because of the
Yes.
glossy.
Ugh.
Yeah,
All
100%.
They
right.
learned with Switch though. Anyway.
Yeah. Final topic of the day. Horizon Hunters Gathering apparently is being
Oh yeah.
overhauled because the people play tested it and they weren't fans of it. And now they're overhauling the whole game. And it just kind of makes you wonder, is Sony in trouble again? Because this seems to be a reoccurring thing when it comes to PlayStation Live Service games. We had Concord, didn't do too hot. I guess Marathon is doing okay.
Uh,
But they ended the Last of Us online game that they had,
yeah.
the multiplayer game, and now we're getting almost the same issue, I guess, with Horizon. So any thoughts on this? Because this seems like bad news. It seems that they just have to stop. Maybe they should make an Astrobot like live service
That's
game.
that's the road they have to go down at this point. I mean, I think it's possible they're gonna right the ship, and I understand. I've mentioned it many times in the past. I understand why they're going down this route because I don't know, free to play, but like the games as a service thing is where the money is for the folks
Hmm.
that can navigate the eye of the needle to find a way to make it profitable and popular. But it's just there's so many things out there already that are taking people's time. And if you're gonna do something, like it better be bold, it better be interesting, it better hit the cultural zeitgeist at the right time for it to stick. Because I mean, you can just go down the list of names of games that aren't Sony games, but just
Hmm.
games that came out in general that were free to play or they were like flash in the pan games that were meant for multiplayer friend slop stuff that were really big at launch and then they just died. And Sony I understand why they're doing this, and I'm glad they took it back to the drawing board rather than releasing like a 6 for their property Horizon, which that Call of the Mountain game that they did already was
Mhm,
like easily the worst Horizon game. Not that it's like bad, but it's not as good as Forbidden West or Zero Dawn. So I'm glad they took it back to the drawing board. Maybe they can find something more interesting to do with it, make it more fun or have a better hook or whatever. But you're right. I mean, I really think the only one that has this down pat is Nintendo. And I'm not. And I mean, I love Nintendo. Like in my deep in my heart, I do love Nintendo or whatever. But the facts of the facts is that they have this thing figured out as far as making stuff for cheap and with the right amount of people and have it be great quality. And you just have the big guys that are just chasing the graphic fidelity and trying to they're chasing where the puck is rather than where the puck is going. And I think that Nintendo is kind of going where the puck is going, where they're trying to bring it back to being a game company rather than like a special effects factory and
mhm,
for hundreds of millions of dollars. Because back in the day, when like PlayStation 1 came out and N64 too. I would say N64 and PlayStation were where graphics really started to matter. Like the closest that Super Nintendo ever had or Genesis would be like Star Fox was cool because it had 3D polygonal models. Like this looks
mhm.
really interesting
Or
and
was
stuff.
it
Or like
mode
Vector
is it called mode 6
Mode
where, like, the
7.
thing or mode 7, yeah, where it warped around or
Yeah.
movement? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, that was cool, and, like, oh, that differentiates it from other consoles and everything like that, but the real, like, race to arms for graphical fidelity, I think, really started with the N64 and the PlayStation because they both brought different things to the table.
Mhm.
PlayStation had the FMV sequences, and, they had better sound and stuff like that, and then the N64, um, had, like
Better
better
graphics.
resolution and stuff and better
Yeah.
graphics in a lot of cases and stuff like that. So that's where it started. And then, you go to GameCube and PlayStation 2, and it was all about bringing up the level of realness and the amount of how well things ran. And it's just been a nonstop arms race pretty much since 1996. And so
Hmm.
30 years now. So I think at a certain point, it just has to get back to the games, the games, the games, the games. And I don't think this Horizon game necessarily is going to be the level of realism, and I don't think they're probably pouring in the amount of money that they did for Forbidden West or Zero Dawn, which are obviously like graphical showcases.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the original thing you asked, where it's like, is Sony in trouble because they're going after these live service games? They feel like they have to. I understand monetarily why they feel like they have to, and I just don't think they're talented enough to find that right concoction to become like a breakout hit. I think The Last of Us maybe could have been the one, and that's the one that they canceled. And they
Mhm.
canceled it because Bungie told them to. And I mean, Marathon. I think Marathon's a really good game. And I think like critically and according to people that play it, they like it. And it's a very well made game. But it doesn't hit that mainstream
Mhm.
success because it's an extraction shooter. It's very hardcore. And I don't know why Sony thought this was going to be the one to break open. I mean, granted, Marathon isn't free to play, but like maybe they thought this is going to be the one that everybody's going to be talking about and buying, like the next Destiny. And it doesn't look like it's going to be that way. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, Horizon. I'm not super interested in. I don't really like the art style that much. Like, if there really is a really great gameplay hook, like maybe I'll give it a look. But I'm not really super into it either.
You brought up something good, or a point that actually,
I always bring up things
in
that are good, James.
you do actually, but in
Thank you.
hindsight, I was thinking about it, like, Nintendo was chasing power back then, right? N64
Yep, they
being more
were. Yep,
powerful than PS1, GameCube being
and they
more
lost their way.
powerful than the PS2, and then they realized that in both of those generations, they lost.
Yep, and then they went back
Um
to Wii and they sold a billion
Yep,
things.
and then they went to the power system, but they did something different and they won, and when you think about it, like, PS1 didn't was not the most powerful console, like, people assumed they were, but no, what the PS1 had the advantage of was the disc, right? The disc held
Yes,
more
yep,
data compared to the cartridges, therefore able
cheaper,
to do, FMVs on there, right? It's not that the N64 couldn't do it, it's that they didn't have space for it.
right.
The better sound also was because
Yep,
of the
CD.
disc that allowed it to hold, again, more data, where, like, a great example, play Mega Man Legends and then play Mega Man 64. Mega Man
Ooh,
64 looks far superior than
yep.
Mega Man Legends, but Mega Man Legends sounds way better versus Mega Man 64. The voices are very compressed. It sounds like they're talking out of a tin can. But that's a
I
perfect
need to
example
listen to a
of one
comparison.
too.
I bet that'd be really interesting because that's a really good that's a
Yeah,
good, example of that because those were games that were they were
I
the
have
exact same game. Oh,
hmm
there you go. Yeah, for
I
sure.
that's how I did that. I remember playing. I download. Well, I mean, I didn't download, but I got them both, right? And I did a comparison, and I was like, oh wow, like, yeah. And Mega Man 64 is the better way to play for me because it looks greater, and I don't mind the sound being that way versus Mega Man
It's
Legends
like Dragon
sounds
Quest
better.
11
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like when you go to MIDI tracks versus orchestrated tracks, right? Like
and better
it
graphics in the original versus the S version and all that.
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, that's a great example. Resident Evil 4 also. Resident Evil 4 looks better on GameCube than it does on PS2.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
PS2 is missing some water effects, and in certain cases, like there's like some stuff. There's like assets that are missing that were on the GameCube version, which is funny, even though the GameCube had like smaller discs. But like that's another good example. But here we are with the Switch 2, an underpowered system, and it's like, hey, we know that the main focus is let there be fun, right? And I think that's where you're right. Like Nintendo is doing great. Like Splatoon Raiders is a great game, and if they could technically turn that into a live service game, I think a lot of people would enjoy it and continue playing it. But they
Probably.
were like, "Hey, no, this is a
Keep
game
it small.
first." Yeah, exactly. And if what they do with it in the future, who knows? But yeah,
Yep. They can make
uh,
sequels out of it easily.
they could. Yeah, exactly.
And that's on
Um,
top of Splatoon that already is a very successful franchise in and of itself.
yeah, that
So
is a live
it's
service
just
game
printing it
technically.
out, man.
Anything to add to this, Ash, before we get into memory cards?
Yeah, I just kind of wish that Sony can like, I mean, I think they're kind of already are when it comes to like dividing like the amount of live service and single player games and stuff, so that way they're not 100% focusing on live service games. That's all I'm asking. Just the
Hmm.
divide yourself and what works and what doesn't work, and that's pretty much it from there. So
Yeah, sounds
yeah,
good.
Do we want to touch on what we're playing real quick?
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
let's do that real quick before we get into memory cards. Go
Real
ahead,
quick
Mark.
for me, trying to platinum Metaphor Refantasio. I have 2 trophies left, and they're for 2 extremely, extremely difficult, end game or, like, optional end game bosses, and I'm going on YouTube and trying to, like, copy the strats that people are using, and it's like, if I wanna do what this guy's doing, I have to, like, grind out and I have to spend the whole weekend doing all this stuff to do it, and it's like, I wanna be done like, it sucks because it's like I almost wish I would have stopped playing it after I beat it and I had like, 15 or 20 trophies left. But instead I was like, you know what?
Mhm.
I platinum Persona 5 Royal. I got a I platinum Persona 3 Reload. I got to platinum this too. And it's like it's so much easier to quit, I think, if I would have stopped after finishing the game rather than like all this work I've been putting into grinding it to get a platinum and I literally have 2 left. So it's like if I leave it now, I'm probably never going to come back to it, or when I do come back to it, I'm going to forget everything, and it's going to be like impossible. So I'm in this
Mhm.
really annoying in between where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, that's what I'm playing mostly is just grinding that and spending like 200 hours in that game.
Nice. What about you, Ash? I know you've been cycling through a few games.
Yeah, I think about 2 days ago I finished Mouse PI for Hire.
Nice.
Nice.
I do have to say a 8 out of 10 game. I highly recommend this game, mainly due to the fact that the story itself is pretty good. Especially it definitely gets way better like halfway through the game, and the movie references that they use is so it's funny to me. They legit add Harrison Ford into the game, which is so funny. It's
Old
mainly due
Harrison Ford
to
or young Harrison Ford?
young,
Young.
and it's
Okay.
mainly because they added like an Indiana Jones section where you're teaching Jack Pepper how to hook onto things, things like a whip. Essentially, it's really funny.
Wait,
And then
Jack Pepper? Like Pepper
yeah,
Jack? Like
that's
cheese?
that's the main character. That's the main character. That's the main thing you'll see in this game. A
A lot
lot of
of
cheesy
puns.
jokes. A lot of cheesy jokes.
I
No
see what
pun
you did
intended.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then they did us had a area where everything's all color, and I'll let you guys guess what reference that is. It's a noir setting, so it's like in the 1930s, and they had a room that it's all color. What's a reference?
Wizard of
What's
Oz?
reference? Yes. Good job.
Mhm.
It's Wizard of Oz. It's so funny. It's so funny. But there's lots of stuff to see. Lots of reference to pick up. The voice acting was impeccable. When I saw the credits, couldn't recognize any of the names except for Troy Baker. So I definitely need to do my research on like who they got them to voice those characters. I think one of my favorites is probably Tammy and Millie, mainly because they sound the funniest to me, if anything. So, but other than that, huge game, love it. It's a combination of boomer shooter, noir, Steamboat Willie. Well, nothing will go wrong with that combination. So highly
I'll get it
recommend.
on sale based on your
Yeah,
recommendation. I wasn't really interested, but you really talking it up, so I want to try it.
yeah. If you want to play on Switch too, There is somehow there's some frame dips there. If you want to have a clean 60 FPS experience, just get it on any other
I get on
platform other than
Steam.
Switch too. I have it on Switch too because I want to have the physical copy of it. So,
Fair.
but yeah, fun game. Now I'm trying to work through work through Meat of the Hollower, which I should be done with that game within this week because I think I got like two of the towers done. I think I'm just stuck at this one particular part where you're supposed to calculate where you're supposed to be falling through in order to like turn on a switch or something like that. And I'm like having a hard time with that part and stuff. And then once I'm done with Meat of the Hollower, I might go back into Hollow Knight again. But then again, I want to go back to some RPGs and stuff and go from there. I need to like make like some sort of like rotation system or something like that. So I have like one RPG and two like quick games I can just pick up and finish and stuff. But yeah, that's basically what I've been playing right now. So
Yeah, outside of DuskBloods that I tested out, I got back into Dragon Quest 2, HD 2D. I was far in my Steam Deck or my Steam playthrough, my PT playthrough, and I decided to just continue on Switch 2. So like I'm almost caught up to where I was there. It's been this thing like I'll turn on my Steam Deck, mess around with it, and then not play a game. And my Switch 2 was kind of almost the same thing, but I've been doing also Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, because I'm in this like limbo thing where I'm just in the waiting stage. I'm waiting for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave and Final Fantasy
don't remind me.
Resonance. Like
Don't
those are the
remind
two
me.
games that I'm waiting for the most, and it's just like every other game I get, I'm like, ah, it's not this. And Onimusha. I have Onimusha
Oh yeah.
pre-ordered on Switch 2 as well, and I'm excited for that. But yeah, I've been playing that in Final Fantasy 6 as well. Was Same thing. I'm pretty far on the Steam Deck playthrough. I'm about to do the opera scene, which is very infamous on Final Fantasy 6,
Is that far into
where
the game, the opera scene? Because I'm like pretty past that, so I must be pretty close to the end then.
no, I think that's maybe
Like less than half.
halfway. Yeah,
Half. Okay.
half to less than half, I want to say, because there's still quite a lot after that. But on the Switch 2 playthrough, I'm still in the beginning. Like I just got, I'm on the mountain where you get, what's his name? I forgot, the monk dude, the brother to Edgar. I forgot his
Oh, isn't it
name.
not Tonin? No, what's his name? Not Ronin.
Yeah, I forgot his name,
I
but
don't know.
it's the monk guy. Like I'm at on the mountain there, and I just like kind of like
Sabra? No,
Saban. Yeah,
Sabra?
I think
Saban.
it is.
There you go,
Yeah.
Saban.
Um. So yeah, I'm there. So I've been playing really just that and what's it called? Fire Emblem. That's about it.
Just
Uh,
pretending that the Fire Emblem you're playing is Fortune's Weave. Just like
y-
pretending.
Dude, it's
yeah,
the fact I have the knowledge of people actually playing the game right now, and they can't talk anything. They can't talk anything about it past chapter 5. It's ridiculous, bro.
for what
It's,
Fortune's Weave.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's already content creators that got early copies of them. Like, come on, man.
I'm a
Dang.
yeah.
content creator, darn it.
Yeah, exactly, right? No, I'm excited for Fortune's Weave. I can't wait. I'm kind of sad that and while I'm talking this over, if Brian, you want to start getting everything set up, and you too, Ash, get your stuff set up. But like, it's kind of sad that like when I look at it, I'm like, man, like why can't we get you know, Three Houses on Nintendo Music? Like, why is Three Houses not available on there? It should be, but it's not because
I'm glad I
I have a
got
whole playlist of that.
I'm glad I got the Three Houses limited edition because it came with the soundtrack, not the full complete soundtrack,
Yeah.
but I was able to get my favorite tracks off of there,
Hmm.
rip them off, and put them into iTunes and stuff. So
Nice.
Gentlemen,
All right.
welcome to Memory Cards Volume 10. There's going to be a couple categories here that are 10 inspired. James and Ash, I'm sure you can see one of them that's probably going to
Yeah.
make you very happy. Um, so today we have questions in universe signage brands. So I show something that's in a game, like a brand or a
Hmm.
sign, as the category says. You have to name the game that it comes from. Vocals, where this was an Ash idea 2 weeks ago, I want to say, where I get a voice sample from a character. You have to name who the character is. What's that OST? The perennial favorite of the podcast. Um, Final Fantasy X. Questions about Final Fantasy X. I know Ash recently just played through that, and it's like James's favorite Final Fantasy, I think. So that
I
should be
I
interesting.
I only started it, so this might be
Oh, I
my
thought you
weakness
finished
right
it.
here. No, I never finished it. I only started
Okay,
it.
well,
Wait,
I
is that
tried
What do
it.
you mean?
Wait, is that Final Fantasy 9 or 10? Oh, it's 10. It's 10. Oh god, I
Yeah,
got it
you said
confused with Final Fantasy
10.
9. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
you
My
played
bad.
through
I
10,
got
I
it.
thought. Yeah, okay. You
Yeah, I
scared me
did.
there, Ash. I know
Yeah.
what games you're playing better than you do.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say like he did. Yeah.
I got it. I got it confused with 9. That's the one I started playing like months ago. So my bad.
Okay. I don't. Come on, Ash. I wouldn't do that to you. Okay.
Yeah.
And then lastly, wild previous gen, current gen release. So I give you a game that was released very late in the cycle of the console, and you have to tell me if the console that came after the system that that game got released on came out before or after.
Okay.
So I hope you guys know what I mean when I do that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
James, you won last time you played, so let's kick it off. What do you got?
Let's do in-universe signage and brands.
Okay. Ash, do you have your Switch ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What game is that from?
Oh, I recognize that. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I think I know what it is.
I'm gonna guess. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna guess.
Okay. Just
All right,
hold your thing up when you're ready. Like don't like show it, but just like hold it up when
Yeah.
you're ready. Okay, go ahead and show me, guys. Cuphead, Persona 5. The correct answer is Persona 5.
I
Oh.
knew it. It was the Big Burger Challenge. I remember that. Yeah.
Big Bang Burger, I believe.
Big Bang Burger.
haven't-
Yeah, Big Bang Burger. Yep.
All right, Ash, go ahead.
Let's do 200 for in-universe signage and brands.
There you go.
This
Oh,
I know.
I think I
Yeah.
know that one. Yeah, I have to know that one. But okay.
Show me. The correct answer is Fallout. Correct for both of you. All right, go ahead, Ash. Actually, no,
300.
go ahead, James. You're in second place, so go ahead, James.
Let's let's do vocals for 100.
Sure.
But I've never seen this type on Earth. I don't know where this energy came from, but cannot let it fall into Dr. Wowie's hands.
I think James knows that one.
I know what
Here,
game it is.
I'll
but
play
I
it
don't know who
again.
said that. Nah, I don't know this one, bro.
It's still funny to listen to because it's so
Yeah.
bad. The voice acting is so bad. It's
Uh-huh.
funny.
Yeah.
But I've never
Alright.
seen this type on Earth. I don't know where this energy came from, but cannot let it fall into Dr. Wowie's hands.
Okay. What character is that, James?
That's
Oh,
Doctor.
wait. No,
we didn't say the character.
Don't say it. Okay,
Okay.
I understand it.
You know it?
Hold up. You
We'd say the character plus the
right?
game, or just the character?
No, just the character.
Oh,
Thank God. Okay, I could do that. Hold up. All right.
Well, because I put the
I can-
game, not the character.
No, don't put the
Oopsie.
game. The character.
All right. I can. I'm pretty sure I can get this right at this
Okay.
point. That has to be okay.
Right, Ash is ready. All right, show
All
me,
right,
guys. The correct answer
It's
is
from Mega Man 8.
Dr. Light. Look at him. That beard.
Thank God. Thank God.
That's funny how I talked about Mega Man 8 too today.
I know. It's crazy.
When I knew when he said Dr. Wiley, I'm like, wait a minute, who's opposite Dr. Wiley? Dr. Light,
Dr.
of
Light.
course.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's why it's 100 because I kept that
Yeah.
Dr. Wiley piece in there to make it 100 because if that wasn't there, that'd be probably like a 400 or 500. But since I left the Wiley in there, I'm like, okay, you guys have to get that. All right, go
yeah,
ahead,
that's
James.
fair.
Let's do vocals for 200. Mm.
Damn, I don't know. That's
This is funny too.
Yeah, we talked about this too today.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Ash actually talked about this game.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, wait a minute. Nah, actually, I don't know. Nope.
Okay, go ahead, James.
And it's this one.
Correct. The answer is
That's what I thought. But I
Ninja
wasn't
Turtles.
trying
Look,
to-
I got a little GIF in there. My toe,
Yeah.
my toe.
Yeah, Turtles in Time.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, it's tie game. Go ahead,
That's funny.
James.
Let's do vocals for 300. It's actually kind of fun.
Thank you.
Hands up. Where's Abby?
Oh.
Hands up.
Hmm.
Oh. Dang. What's that girl's name?
I don't know how to spell the name. I probably spelled
Where's
it
Abby?
wrong.
If you're close enough, it's okay.
Well, I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but
All right,
whatever.
show me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right, both of you.
I'm surprised. It's only
The Where's
because you say,
Abby?
yeah,
Ellie.
the Where's Abby, and I never even
Yeah.
played the game. That's funny.
Same here. I
Yeah,
still haven't
it's Ellie.
played Last of Us 2 yet either.
All right, go ahead, James.
Let's do in-universe signage for 300.
Huh. I feel like I would have known this one, but yeah, I'm not gonna answer this one.
Okay. James has that look on his face like he may know this.
I hope so. If not, I'm gonna lose
Show
that
me.
tie.
The correct answer is BioShock Infinite.
Damn, yeah. It's been a while since I played Infinite. It wasn't
Love
really my
BioShock
favorite
Infinite.
BioShock.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my favorite BioShock game.
It was my
Same here.
favorite.
Yeah, I loved it.
Who's your favorite too, James?
Yeah, loved
Yeah,
it.
me too. That's a very
For me-
unpopular opinion.
For me, it's always one for me. So
All right, go ahead, James.
Let's do Final Fantasy 10 for 100.
Capu's hometown.
damn, who the hell was that? What I forget?
Actually,
Oh,
hold on.
James has a scowl for a Final Fantasy 10 100 question. Wow, I like that.
Because I
That
feel
makes me
like
feel warm inside.
now I'm guessing is this the actual name of the town or here?
I don't.
mean,
Yeah, I legit
no,
don't
it
know
is,
this
yeah.
one, so I'm topping out.
Are you doing it, James? Yeah, the correct answer is Besaid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I was thinking. It's like,
That's to answer your question, Ash. That's Waka's brother. Is Chapu.
That's what I thought because like I don't remember him. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
He died
Yeah.
by the time the game starts. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Ash or James.
wild previous gen, current gen release 100.
Okay, both of you got to answer this.
Okay.
What came first, Cyberpunk 2077 or PlayStation 5?
Jesus. Okay. Gee.
Show
All
me.
right.
You can just
All right.
abbreviate too, Ash. I'll know what you're saying. Close enough.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. PS5. Both of you say PS5. The correct answer is PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Ash. Where you want to go?
Let's do in universe signage for 400.
Okay.
Anti-gravity racing league. Interesting. Do not know.
James?
I don't know either.
400? No? Okay. Correct answer is Wipeout.
I was gonna guess that
Oh,
too,
wow.
but I was like,
Mm.
I was also thinking like Starfield.
Oh yeah, I could see that too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, there's a little tweak I made to the game. There's only 2 attack defends on the board instead of 3. So just
Okay.
keep that in mind. All right. Ash, go ahead.
Let's go with 500. Finish it off for the signage.
Oh
That's so early 2000s, and I don't even know what this is. Damn.
man, what is
Yeah, I
it?
don't know this one either.
I think I know this one.
I can tell you got it right, James, because I can tell by your pen writing. I think you're writing what I think you're writing.
All
Show me.
right.
The correct answer is Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive.
Oh, damn. Definitely not early 2000s. That's fair.
Well, it didn't come out in the early 2000s, but it definitely had a lot of motifs of the early 2000s because I think it
Yeah,
came
that's
out in
fair.
like 20
18 or something.
16,
It's
17.
Xbox
16,
One. Yeah, Xbox
Yeah, it
One.
was an Xbox One game. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, James.
Let's do vocals for 400. Come on, Ash, you gotta catch up.
Some kind of lamp. Hey, Smokey, need your lighter over here.
Play it again. I know it's kind of quiet. I couldn't. Yeah, but you should be able to hear it again.
Some kind of lamp. Hey, Smokey, need your lighter over here.
One more time.
Some kind of lamp. Hey, Smokey, Need your lighter over here.
Any idea?
No.
It's Nathan Drake.
Ah. Huh.
Fair.
All right, go ahead, James. We finishing it off?
Yeah, let's finish it off.
Okay.
I love to reload during a battle. There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver bullet into a well-greased chamber.
I don't know this one either.
I love to reload during a battle. There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver bullet into a well-greased chamber.
Don't know?
No.
No.
Revolver Ocelot, guys.
Oh
come
wow, I don't
on.
remember this.
Yeah, that was in the original Metal Gear Solid.
I haven't
Yeah.
played any of the Metal Gear Solids, so you can't blame me for that one.
Oh,
I haven't
no, I
played
don't blame you.
MGS one
Yeah.
in a long time.
Love MGS, the original. All right, James, where are we going?
Let's do wild previous gen, current gen release 200.
What came first, Doom 3 for Xbox or Xbox 360?
Oops. Hold on.
Show me. So we Doom 3 and Doom 3. The correct answer is Doom 3.
Mm.
All right, Ash, where are we going?
Let's do what's the OST for 100.
Done? Ash?
Yeah, don't know.
Okay. James? The correct answer is Mega Man X, the password screen.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, James.
Wild previous gen, current gen for 300.
What came first, Mega Man 6 or Super Nintendo?
Hmm. Oh, hold up. Wrong thing. Shoot.
All right. Oh, wait, what? Hold on
Uh-oh.
a second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
All right, show me, guys, what you got. SNES, Mega Man 6. The correct answer is Mega Man 6. Came
Oh,
out first.
dang it.
Sweet.
I had wrote down Mega Man 6 and I was like,
I'd reread the question again.
for some reason, I thought that Mega Man 6 did come
Yeah,
out when
actually,
the-
you know what? I'm double checking that because I feel like I might have had a typo there. Hang on one second while I research that because I want to make sure we keep this fair. Hang on a second.
Yeah, because I thought it came out and I could be wrong.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah, the SNES came out before Mega Man 6. So that's my bad. I'm just going to give you both points because that was my fault. So let me go ahead and jump back into screen sharing. That was my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I can't be perfect all the time. All right. Go ahead, James. We'll just we'll do a mulligan on that one.
Let's do 400.
Okay.
Wild previous. Yeah.
Yeah. What came first, God of War 2, PS2, or PlayStation 3? Okay, show me. God of War. The correct answer is PlayStation 3.
what?
Ouch.
Yes, that one I am sure about.
That I did not know. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do I want to finish off the category?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What came first, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for N64 or GameCube?
Hmm.
Okay. Jeez. Okay.
That's the point of these. It's a 50-50
Yeah.
shot.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Show me. THPS2, Skater 2. The correct answer is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Okay.
That was such a left field question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made you second guess, but I was like, no, I'm almost positive I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 before the
Where you going,
GameCube
James?
for sure. Let's do Final Fantasy X for 500.
Okay.
Oh god.
The area the party travels to after Guado Salam.
I do not know this one.
James is hoping that rubbing his head makes him remember.
Yeah. No, I feel like.
I know I'm normally halfway done with the game. I'm not sure if I touched that area at all.
Yeah,
Honestly.
if you're halfway done, you definitely hit Guado Salam.
Yeah.
That's where Seymour's home place
Yeah,
is.
you see
Guado
the
Salam.
far plane place, and then you go.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know if this is.
And he asks Una to marry him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that area.
guess-
Oh,
Yeah.
After
damn.
that, the first thing after that, the first place that you are in after that.
I feel like this is not it, but can I say it? Because I don't know how to spell it.
Wait. Okay.
Well, if Ash abstains, then yeah.
Yeah.
No. Can I describe the area, or do I need to know the name of the area?
Yeah, I know the
Yeah.
area. I gotta know the name of
Yeah.
it.
The name.
I
Like
think
if it's
I-
like close enough, I'll give it to you. So it's up to you how confident you feel in it.
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about. So, but I'm not gonna answer.
Is
Okay,
all right.
James, what are you doing?
Is it the Macalania Woods or something like that?
It's not. So I'm gonna go
Oh,
ahead and minus
man.
some points from you, James. The correct answer is the Thunder Plains.
Oh,
That was it.
Going to the Thunder Plains after
I think the
Guado
Woods then is
Salam.
probably before. Dang it.
No, I think it's after. I think after the Thunder Plains, I think you get to the place like where you go in the water with those big monsters, and then the next thing after that's the woods. I think if I remember
Oh.
correctly.
I thought it
Oh
was-
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the keep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Keepus or something like that. The teepu. I don't remember what they're called. Anyway.
Yeah. The Shipu or Shipoof.
Shipu. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's I
All
forgot
right,
what
James, where we going?
Hey Tegan, welcome. He's been responding. He said God of War and then Tony Hawk. Giving answers as well. Let's do Final Fantasy X for 400. Man, I can't believe I forgot Thunder. For some
James,
reason, I thought
it's
the
hack
Thunder Plains
defend.
was somewhere else.
What are we doing, James?
I'm gonna defend because I feel like if I give Ash this it would hurt him. So I'll defend.
Oh, okay. All right, take one. All right, I feel that.
It depends
Yeah.
how far
What
it is.
familial relation is Yuna to Riku?
Oh, cousins.
Correct answer is
Yeah.
cousins.
Would have known that. Damn it.
Right, go
Oh
ahead, James.
man. See, I should have given it to you then. Final Fantasy X for 300.
What is Titus made of?
Oh, what the? I literally learned about that
Is this
at that part. What the heck?
I
What
think
the?
this is
Oh
what they're.
man.
But I feel like there's like another name. I feel like this is not the correct name.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna be pretty strict about the name because it's like one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Ash,
Yeah,
what are you
I'm
doing,
not-
buddy?
I'm not answering, bro. I'm not
Not
answering.
answering. James, show me.
Yeah.
Was it?
Correct answer is Fireflies.
Oh, that I didn't know. Okay, that's later on to the game then.
But
I
the
didn't know about
Fireflies
that.
are because of the dreams, right? Technically, he's made of dreams.
That's what I was thinking
Fireflies.
too.
They're
Dreams. Yeah.
Fireflies.
Yeah.
They're Fireflies.
Yeah.
They're Fireflies. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Are we finishing up? 200?
Yeah, let's finish it up.
What is Yuna's father's name?
Oh,
I
I know
forgot his
that.
name.
Oh, okay, I'll say it then.
Do you know what,
Braska.
Ash?
Oh,
Braska?
he forgot.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah.
Lord Braska. Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I came back.
James.
Oh, what's that OST for 500?
Right. Don't know.
Don't know this one either.
I feel like it's like
It's a hard
luminous.
question. It's just a really good song that I wanted to put in here because I feel like it probably
Oh,
doesn't get enough love.
this is like
But it's
luminous something.
Ridge Racer,
Ah,
Ridge Racer for PSP. Actually, it's a very fun game because when I got a PSP, I got Ridge Racer and like Luminous, and I just remember being like so insanely impressed by the graphics in Ridge Racer because it was insane that it looked that good on a handheld. But anyway, all right, what are we doing now, James?
let's do 400. I've always like, it's funny. I love Rage Racer, but never played any Ridge Racer game.
Ridge Racer is great.
And it's funny, like now that I think about it, well, I was gonna say like Namco is infamous for starting a franchise with one name and then changing the name for the
Oh,
second
you're right,
game.
because Soul Edge for Soul
Yeah.
Calibur.
Rage Racer and then Ridge Racer.
Mhm.
Like, and I feel
Oh,
like
I
it's
didn't know
another
that.
game that was like
Hmm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right,
Mhm.
400 OST.
You! Ha! Get up! You! Ha! Get up!
What are we doing?
I don't know it.
Abstaining.
It sounds cool though. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Sounds hella Japanese, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Katamari Damacy.
Katamari. Oh,
That's what I
I've
thought.
never
That's
played
what
a Katamari game.
That's what I thought.
You should have guessed it then, Ash. All right, go ahead, James.
No,
what's that?
no, I'm talking about it. Sounds hella Japanese. I didn't know it was
Oh,
Katamari.
okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
all right, fair.
Let's see,
yeah.
what's that OST for 300? It was a dope track though.
It is. It's a very good. They have it's a very good soundtrack.
I like the Rolling Star
Hot take
theme song.
Hot take
Soundtrack what?
soundtracks from like PS2 era / GameCube era and before, I think still have the best soundtracks compared to something
They're
modern.
very good.
Yeah, I agree.
So this has to be like the hardest what's that OST.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
even
yeah,
struggling.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know
Yeah,
this
what
one
is
either.
No, okay. It's the title theme to Zone of the Enders.
Oh my
I
goodness.
never even played that game.
I have played
it's a
it,
great game.
but
So
a long time
looks like
ago.
looks like a mega game to me.
It is a mecha
It
game.
is. It's actually a really good
Okay.
mecha game
It's a
too.
Kojima game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense with the free Sons of Liberty demo on there. So
Again, you guys have done the thing where you choose the last question, and this is the last one that was attack defend. So I'm just gonna, from now on, if it doesn't get picked, I'm not gonna do attack defend for the last one. So we're just gonna. It's your fault for not choosing it. I can't believe this keeps happening. Okay, so OS for 200. This is for both of you. See if we can. Oh no, you got Mega Man right for OST 100. So let's see if one of you guys can get 200. Do you know it, James? Wow, this is a hardcore OST.
Wait, hold on, keep
I thought
going.
these were. Do you want to hear more of it?
Yeah. We hear the ending part.
There's not much more. But where'd it go? Here we go.
Okay. I'm gonna guess. I think I know it. Ash, are
What do
you
you think?
gonna guess or you're not?
no, I'm not.
This is Paper Mario 64.
The correct answer is Pikmin.
Oh.
Pikmin.
Hey, I was so
All right.
sure.
For a
So let me,
soundtrack like that, I wasn't expecting it to sound. What's the word? More, less. I don't know.
Less Pikmin.
That's on. No, that's on the GameCube. I was
Yeah.
expecting it to sound a bit more high res compared to like compared to older consoles. I don't know.
They still use MIDI in GameCube. And it definitely was very Nintendo. Like that's why I was like, it has to be a Nintendo game.
Yeah, true. Okay.
All right, we're moving on to memory obscure. Ash only down by 1,000. You're still definitely in it, so
This was
don't
definitely one
get
of the hardest.
discouraged.
What's that OST?
Yeah, I gotta keep doing that because that's where you get all your money. That's where you get all your points back.
Yeah,
All right, let me just copy down these
it's a good
scores real
variety
quick.
too. I like this
Thank
one.
you.
This memory cards was definitely a good variety. So
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like it.
Scores.
Definitely, I feel like if Fan was here, it probably would have been a competition because I think he would have gotten some of these right.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, we're just gonna go down these one by one. I'm not gonna pick you guys. So, again, triple points if you guys get these right, and if you get it wrong, it's just losing the value of the regular
Hmm.
points, not triple. So, okay,
Okay,
number for 100 or 300 technically. What game is this?
I have no clue.
Yeah, looks like a rhythm game, but I don't know.
Correct answer is Amplitude
Mm.
Oh.
Harmonics game. 200.
Uh,
Don't know.
I don't know either.
Brute Force only on
Oh.
Xbox. Okay, 300.
That's the most realistic racing game I've seen. Jesus Christ. I
PlayStation 3
said
game and Xbox 360 game. I'll give you that hint.
I want that's
And on
so
PC too. I think it's on PC.
I think. Oh man, I don't know the subtitle.
it's that UI throwing me off, so I don't know.
I. Oh man.
Taking a guess, James?
I'm gonna just guess. Is it Need
Okay.
for Speed Rivals?
The correct answer is Split Second.
Oh,
Oh,
Split
I
Second.
actually remember. I actually remember that cover art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Disney.
400.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Disney. Okay.
Yeah, Disney. Yeah, they publish it. Yeah. What game is that?
I do not know that.
Yep. Don't know
Ash?
that one either.
Okay.
Don't know that one either.
I unlike memory cards, you know, the regular game, I like want to try to make it so you guys like have a shot at getting them and stuff. These I try to make purposely obscure because the reward is so good, and I
Yeah.
like to flex my very vast gaming knowledge of just obscure games to
Mm.
mess with you guys. It's MDK2.
Ah, I played MDK1.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, 500.
I don't know this one either.
PlayStation game. I'll tell you that. Don't know.
No.
Don't know.
It's like
All right, I've
probably like
stumped you
Die
guys
Hard or something.
for memory
Yeah.
cards, memory obscure. Yeah, the correct answer is 1 for
Ooh,
PlayStation
I
1. I
never
did
heard
own
this
this
game.
actually.
Wonder what happens if you
1.
scan that barcode.
That's a good question. All right, let me go ahead and copy down these points, and then we're gonna go on to final memory and go home. And maybe Ash, maybe
Maybe you win
maybe you
here.
can
This.
win. You absolutely could win. You're only down by 600 points. That's
Yeah.
totally doable.
Yeah.
All right. DMing you my stuff.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, DM me what you're. Oh, actually, you gotta wait till you see what the category is before you can.
Oh, that's fine.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So the category is perfect tens, going along with the 10 theme of volume 10 of memory cards. Perfect tens. That's the best way I can describe it. Discord. Whoop. Hold on. Let's go back.
Oh, I feel like I'm not gonna get this one.
Um, Ash, did you DM me?
Not yet. I thought
Oh,
you
you're
wanted
thinking
me
about
to. I thought you wanted to see the question. Oh, I see what you mean. Never mind.
see
I'll
the
just DM it
category.
to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just I'll send it to you right now. There we go.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here's the question, gentlemen. Written by IGN, this game's review was released on September 9th, 1999. Which game is it? Quote, few games come to mind as required purchases, games that are so good that they have to be a part of your lineup. The original blank was such a game, and now blank has earned a place alongside its brother. It may or not be the most complicated fighting game out there. I'm not bold enough to make such a statement. I am bold enough, though, to state that I've never had so much fun with a fighting game than I had playing with blank.
Oh,
Hmm.
that threw me off.
So it's a fighting game. That's one hint. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, you might win this, Ash.
We'll see. Original. Huh. So that sounds like a sequel to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing.
It may or may not be.
Part of me wants to change my answer. I think I know. I think it might be my other answer. Whatever. I'll leave it like this. I don't want to change it.
Ash?
I think. I'm thinking a little bit still. Hold on a second. What's such a game in now?
I'm gonna get mad if it's the other game I'm thinking of.
Man. Okay, I'll just throw something down. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But... All right.
Should have backtracked.
Let's
Should
move
have
this
Are you
along.
changing your answer, James?
I think I am.
Okay.
I feel like
1999.
this is wrong, but a part of me is thinking that there's no way it can be that. So, all right.
It may or may not be the most complicated game out there. Okay.
Ash, you got 20 seconds, man.
Give me a break. You have a bit of a question here, bro. All right.
I read it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to piece things together, buddy.
Come on, Ash. You got
All
it.
right.
I believe in you. 10, 9,
He's writing.
8, 7, 6.
All right. I'm ready.
All right, show me what you got. Okay, DOA 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in September of 1999. Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I
The
just
correct answer is Soul Calibur.
Oh, fair.
Soul Calibur.
We just talked about Soul Edge and Soul Calibur too.
We did. So James, with your bet, you went down to 0. With Ash's bet, this is where all the marbles come down to 700. Ash is the winner of memory cards today on August 23rd. Congratulations to Ash, man.
I was in the right.
Hooray.
Oh, it's crazy. I was in the right area because I was thinking Dreamcast. I was like, wait a minute, 1999, Dreamcast. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it was Dead or Alive 2. And then part of me was thinking, I thought Soul Calibur 2, but I was like, no, Soul Calibur 2 didn't release in 99, so it can't be that. And we just talked about Soul Edge with Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
It was a launch game for Dreamcast. It took the world by storm, man. That's how it got to be like Soul Calibur 2 with Link and all that stuff because it was the success of the original Soul Calibur. So
I remember
that was a big deal.
The demo disc had that game, and I remember playing it. I was like, this is an amazing game. Yeah.
Congratulations to Ash. I'm so happy right now that you beat James. And next week you get to have first pick a category, you get a little crown you get to wear and all that stuff. You should make one.
Oh boy, man. Oh boy.
He cheated by
cheated.
Yeah, Ash cheated.
You could say that probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
I demand
you kind of
did
you kind of did it to yourself, James. Honestly,
what
was your first answer, James?
You announced it.
Tekken 2.
Okay, that was not a 10 out of 10 game. Are you kidding me?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, Tekken 2 was popular, but it was like,
it didn't come out 99 either. That game came out like
because Tekken 3 would have been
probably.
Yeah, because I was thinking
Tekken 3. I think.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute, no, Tekken 3 would have been close around that era. So, oh well. Nice, man.
Cool.
More games I gotta add in my collection so I can play on this device. My Dreamcast library is actually pretty sad when I look at it. Where's my Dreamcast library? I just want to show you real quick.
You should try. You should try the Spider-Man game for Dreamcast, the best
Oh, it's
version.
so good. It's so good. Or it was when I was a kid, anyway.
I mean, it's still good. It's still good to
I'm
me.
sure.
I replayed it like maybe 4 years ago. Because the thing is, at the time I had the N64 version of the game, and it was in a unique red cartridge and stuff. I didn't know they had
Oh,
a
yeah, I remember
Dreamcast
that.
version. So
That's a collection I'd love for them to come out with, all those Spider-Man games, like the ones like on PS2 and N64 and PlayStation and
Yeah.
all that.
Oh,
There were some good games.
yeah,
I'm
I
glad
feel like
we mentioned Dreamcast 'cause I just realized in my launcher, Dreamcast is actually missing. I was like, what the heck?
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's their
Now I gotta look for
Retroid
that.
Pocket.
Yeah, so I'm trying a different front end. I was gonna do a video on comparison between Isu and Cocoon. And like Cocoon I like because it makes it more console themed. So like I can control, of course, everything with the thumbstick. It has sound effects, and literally like everything is tied. If I press whoops, touchscreen also works, but like I can do all the settings right here. Like it gives it its own interface, so I can like use all the settings directly on here. It has its own like little menu here. It's very Nintendo inspired.
Okay.
And I do like, and then when I press on the game, so like if I go to let's just go to like Wii U, for example, it has a background and it shows you like each
Oh, nice.
game. There's that.
The
Push
Retro
mode.
Puck is able to run Wii U games.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
that's impressive.
definitely maybe like like it can run it. There's frame dips, so like playing Wind Waker, there's some frame dips on there. Definitely the latest Retroid Pocket would be able to do it, or even like the Iron Thor can handle it for sure. But yeah, like I like the front end. It's Cocoon and Isu, and I think Cocoon is growing on me. I like Isu for a lot of other reasons. But Cocoon's growing on me. Mainly it seems a lot snappier for sure. And a little bit more fleshed out, in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
think it's already too late for me to get the Iron Thor at this point. I mean, I know it went
It
up in
keeps going
price,
up in
but
price. It's
yeah,
gone up
it's
in price like
just
3 times already.
it's just already have a 3DS, and I can mod and hack it. It's not going to be 720p or 1080p, whatever screen it is on the Iron Thor, but it's just
Well, for
that's the only
me,
reason why we use Iron Thor 4. So it's just
I would
yeah.
want the Thor because like also because it's strong enough to play like light PC games. So like I can do like Dragon Quest 2 HD 2D. I can play that on the Thor because
The
it's
thing
powerful
is, for
enough for that
me,
stuff.
is that the screen looks looks way too small for my taste, if anything.
Yeah,
So I think it's more just based on preference by the end of the day at that
I
point.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that leaves us to the end of today's podcast. Appreciate everybody for joining. Shout out to Professor Rock for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. It does help out the channel a lot. It helps us, continue to get these games so we can talk about it. It's an investment in the channel so we can continue to get better and so forth. Yeah, appreciate that. Bryant, where can they catch you at?
Catch me at red_so_deep on Twitter.
What about you, Ash?
You can catch me at Ask Destroyum on YouTube.
Yeah. And as always, you catch me right here at the Random Encounter. I will be streaming Friday. So definitely keep an eye out for that. What I'll be streaming, I don't know. I might maybe play a little bit of Modern Warfare 4 on stream and then, go back into Splatoon Raiders. We'll see, but for sure I'll be streaming on Friday. As far as Tuesday goes, definitely put those notifications turned on. Subscribe to the channel. Also hit the like button on this video and follow over on Twitch. And also make sure you have those notifications turned on because if we do decide to go live, you'll get that notification for that. And then, of course, we'll be back next Sunday with the podcast. Thank you, Bryant. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, everybody watching. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.